You see, I love how this is going.
That's a low Scottish Maroon. That's a low blow. Kenny would never ever go out there without his government papers.
You're right back where I started. Now watch me.
Yes.
Now I have my own original birth certificate. Now I've got my own official whatever else in hell I need to get. Okay, I have all of those.
Yes.
I got them.
Yes.
Right? My question to you is this. When, after having all these documents, you look at you look at the corporate system, well-oiled engine, well-established, right?
500 years.
The indigenous man is yet to get to a place where when you bust your ID and you put it on a counter, it is accepted.
I did it last week at Western Union. I did it with my Lion Kapong. I did it.
Let us reason. We're reasoning this now.
Yes.
We need to get to the place where hold on, my brother. I'm making the point.
Yes.
You bust your documents. You put them on the counter in the bank. You can.
I did it.
I did it. An account.
Yeah, I did.
You bust a document. You're going through immigration. You put it on the counter.
Okay.
They can accept it.
Okay.
When do we get to that? No, because this is my problem and my question.
But Kenny, this is the youngest government right now.
Let's reason it out, because this is our problem. This is the problem of indigenous people. We are
one at a time, please. And I have to go over to Ghana in the next 3 minutes. One at a time, people. My God.
Indigenous peoples are not recognized even to take out a piece of document and put it down in many cases.
I cannot buy Kenny,
is the problem.
Kenny, I cannot buy such hogwash at this time. That is pure hogwash. Because last week I used my document. No, but I use mine, Kenny. Anyway, Scottish Maroon is right. Hold on, Kenny, hold on. Kenny, hold on. The noise in the market is too loud. Scottish Maroon, what you have on the store for sale? Let's see what Scottish Maroon.
Kenny, the corporation them own the airports. Right? That is their business. You cannot tell them how to run their business. We as indigenous people has not united ourselves over the years to build our own airport and our
Boy, you're making sense. You just start making sense.
So just hold on, man. Let me explain it, my brother. Until we chase out the corporations them out of the island where all of these infrastructures that is there, we can get them back to use, right? But we have not built any airport, we have not built any seaport. So we have to have their requirement to go through. But what happened? They still have to respect your rights as an indigenous person, or I shouldn't say person, as an indigenous living man or living woman of the land, right? They still have to respect it. So yes, you have the requirement to travel on the airline. But if they're trying to oppress you, they're trying to take certain advantage of you. This is where now you want the sword.
Freshradiovybz,
who they're dealing with. And they have to respect your unalienable rights. They have to accept your unalienable, my brother. If they don't accept your unalienable rights, then you sue that corporation, my brother. It is simple. If you don't respect your unalienable rights, then you sue that corporation, because under the United Nations charters are rights. All of your rights is here. People just not reading. People is not reading.
I know you're out there.
Gentlemen, this conversation is so
I know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change. I don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin. I'm going to hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you. A world without rules and controls, without borders or boundaries. A world where anything is possible. Where we go go from there. It's a choice I leave to you.
Outside, this is Steel Bar and I represent for the International Morning Ride Show in Victoria. Outside, this is Steel Bar, Steel Bar record and I represent for you don't know the International Morning Ride Show. Every Monday to Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. with all the 5 masterman like Gadai, see what I told you. Outside, this is King of the Barber straight out of Make Record Jamaica and I represent for the International Morning Ride Show. Every Monday to Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. with who? The 5 Master Gadai, see what I told you. Live on Freshradiovybz, your number 1 online radio station. Hear me told you. Pull up a tune, money pull up here, I told you. King of the Barber said that straight out of Make Money Record, you don't know, you know. Over the bridge, this King of the Barber represent for what? Money pull up Mondays, here, I told you.
Yeah, man, I'm smart. You don't know when I'm listening to the radio and, tuning on to the internet. Got to keep my radio locked. On my internet lock, whether it's on the telephone, whether it's on the iPhone, the berries of strawberries, whatever it is, keep it locked. The body station on the internet. Freshradiovybz, see it? Keep it locked. Just over in that. let's up again.
On the International Morning Ride Show. Jump up. US Virgin Island. You can't play the two time. You can't play the two time. Play it again.
Now
Play
my
it again.
court is in session. Will you please stand? First, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Judge 100 Years. Some people call me Judge Dread. Now, I am from Ethiopia. Try hard, you rude boys, for shooting black people. In my court, on the beat hard, cause I'm vexed. And I am the rude boy today. Who got vexed?
Yes, sir.
Rude boy, Adalphus James. Yes, sir. Rude boy, Emmanuel Zachariah Zaki Palm.
Present.
George Robin Flea, present. Adalphus James.
Yes, sir.
I see where you have been charged. 10 shooting intent, 5 murder charge, 6 grab and flee charge.
What you are not?
Hush up! Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty, sir.
I don't care what they say, take 400 years, stand down. Emmanuel Zachariah Zaki Palm,
Yes, sir.
you've been charged. 15 charge of shooting intent, 15 murder charge. And I heard that you was the one down there in Sutton Street who tell the judge, rude boys don't care. Well, business King Street, and my name is Judge Dredd, and I don't care. Now take 400 years.
I don't know what you're going to say, you know, you're on because...
Hush up, what they try to do, shoot me too?
I don't know what you want to say, no, you're on. Hold on.
400 more years for you. George, grab and flee.
Yes, sir.
Stop your crying. Rude boys don't cry, that's what I hear.
I didn't need you, no, sir. I don't give you
I don't care. Hush up. This is my court. You're charged for robbing school children, robbery, aggravation.
Man, I not take the sentence serious and I usually shoot the man, you know. I used to never have the judge come back and try, you know, so I take the sentence, you know, sir.
Oh, shut up! Order! Adalphus James,
Yes, sir.
you rob school children, you boom the people's house, you shot black people.
But you are not guilty.
Hush up! Just for talking, I don't charge you for contempt, and that is a separate 100 years. I heard my sentence you to 400 years. I said hush up, hush up. You are sentenced to 400 years and 500 lashes. I am going to set an example. Rude boys, don't cry, don't cry. When I was in Africa, here we talk.
I'm not guilty, you know, sir.
Put a turn, take him away.
Yo, set up the mic, set up the apparatus, some, you know. Grand Rising.
Step right.
Yes. The water is trouble, my friend. Step right in.
You know the water is
Trouble, my friend. Step right in.
God's almighty.
Mighty God. Hello, on a copyright it. Me no want Andre get it before me, you know. Yeah, put it up to about $2 billion. Yes. We don't like it. All right. Yes. Hey, get on up, get something to drink. Hot. Something hot on us stomach this morning. Oh, yeah. Oh, step right in. it's moving this hour. No longer stand. The water is troubled. Step right. Oh, people are sing. Look what people must sing. Hold on. What? Oh, our condolences. Yes. Everything. No weapon that form against the Maroon Nation shall prosper. Don't hate on us. Righteousness exalted the nation.
Oh Lord, you know.
Oh, I have no one. Big up to the ancestors, them man. Yes. Libation for the ancestors, them. His Imperial Majesty. Kings of kings, lords of lords, conquering level, tribe of Judah. His Excellency Marcus Messiah God. The Emperor himself, L. And you know, so the letter L is a strong letter, right? L, B. Hey. Seeing that we're talking about the emperors, then Rexton Garden, aka your mother said to tell you this. Me get a message from Shabarams. Me get a message for Rexton Garden. No weapon that form against you. Listen why. Me sip some more of the surcity here. Hold on there. Why? So much pain. Ready for bring me? Yes. What a thing.
And I can't feel at home in this world anymore. One sweet day, I'm going away. I wanna leave this world.
I wanna. Oh, yeah.
Life is
over.
One sweet day,
I'm going away.
one sweet day, I'm going away.
Dr. Julius Garvey, we might have to call him this morning, you know. Make sure all of the diplomatic numbers up. We're having a situation in Nyankopong and we're going to address it this morning. If it's a sore foot, we might if it's an amputation or
One sweet day, I'm going away.
cut and clear.
Leave this world.
Yeah, see that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the wings of the earth. I'm going away.
One sweet day, I'm going away.
Bye, Mama.
Gonna leave this world.
All the people where me sorry. Oh God. Mama dead. Mama God. Hey.
Leads me safely through the saints, and it is a cross of Calvary.
Again.
This would be my Friday, Lord, each day to help me do the best I can.
Just a bill of fire, people. We soon take it to the next level, because when you get all of that energy, you have to know, say, there is a true and living God. There's a true and living God, and we cannot go around this true and living God. This true and living God has brought us this far, and we intend to continue with the righteous work.
Well, I know it's the Gideon rough, you know. I know I get the fight still. Perseverance, you know. Yeah, oh yeah. Persistence is to try through this precious time. You can't give up the fight. Jah is the way to life. All when you down and in this race, never met Babylon.
Them say the strongest lion get the hardest fight done.
never let them know. Listen, persistence is to try throughout this precious time. You can't give up the fight.
Jah is the way to life, all when
You don't run in this race.
never make Babylon know your weakness, all when your burden is the heaviest.
Never let them know.
Yes.
Hard. This struggle is not easy.
Don't a dirty ya it hard.
We not go send out this one.
We get no round of applause.
Positive movement, not a negative thought.
Till them clean of them heart. Things what they do.
It's not what we do.
Things what they say.
It's not what we say.
Things that they teach. It's not what they teach.
We feel the Trinity.
Them get the mark of the beast. When you're getting opponents, when you're getting people going against the righteous work that you're putting in, you know that you are causing an impact. Today, on the 12th day of the 9th, it was a day like this that just saved us, you know. Yes. Purge out your system first. All when your burden is it. Hey, never met Babylon know your weakness. Never let them know. Jah is the way to life. All when you're and in distress. Never met Babylon know your weakness. All when your burden is the heaviest. Never let them know. We're still giving Jah praises. We're still giving Jah praises. What's the burden? The government shall be upon our shoulders. We're trying to set the momentum right, because we overstand so the thing I plug away, you know? Yeah. Jah is the way to life. We down and in distress. Never met Babylon know your weakness. All when, but never make them know. Persistence is to try throughout this precious time. You can't give up the fight. Jah is the way to life.
Film footage more than 8 decades old is center stage in Great Britain tonight. The newspaper The Sun has published images of Queen Elizabeth as a little girl performing a Nazi salute. And as Jonathan Vigliotti tells us, Buckingham Palace is firing back.
The home video obtained by British tabloid The Sun shows the young queen and her sister waving to the camera in their garden 82 years ago. The Queen's mother then raises her hand in what appears to be the Nazi salute. Queen Elizabeth, then a 7-year-old princess, mimics the gesture, followed by her uncle, Prince Edward.
You want to see a dead reptilian? Press 1. The fall starts. Now listen to me. The fall starts with the beast and with the death of the queen. Press 1. Yeah, I told you the beast that sit on 7 hills, has the 7 kings, is buried in. Press 1. Over there, they told them to leave, so they got fucked by them. This bro don't put everybody through a goddamn Holocaust, and y'all sitting around this earth talking. They got little boys and little girls jumping out of Buckingham Palace windows, and y'all sitting around talking about. That's because you're a Satanist. That's because that's your mama, and you're a child of Satan. That's why. In Satan's kingdom, and the sovereign ones who've been put over you, Satan's sovereigns. Press 1. This broad is Queen Elizabeth the First, the Second, the Third. Press 1. She was there when the Nazis did everything they did. Press 1. Guess what? She's a Nazi. She was born into Nazism. Press 1. You don't believe me? Don't make me do it. Press. Look at your neighbor and say,
"Not like this. Not like this."
See, this is why. Here's why God wanted y'all to know history the way I've been kicking it, so y'all understand when they die, not to muster up no damn feelings. Press 1. This is already prophesied. This is the end. This is the best part in the damn movie when the superheroes start kicking ass. Press 1. You ever saw the Avengers, X-Men, something when they start winning after getting fucked up? Press 1. This is what it looks like in real life. She was groomed to be queen since she was a child, but a black butterfly. She was groomed. Say, the female who stole every damn thing. The monarch. Press 1. The lords of London. The mother alien, as I described. Dark comedy. I want to show you guys something. Because it's evident, because I mentioned her being a neo-Nazi, and this is the fall of the Third Reich. Because the Third Reich has failed. God beat them up. Y'all don't know how close y'all be coming to get y'all ass whooped. See, this is the biggest Nazi on the planet next to the other one. This is the big one right here. And white folks don't want to admit this. They all crying over Nazis. You know why? Because the Nazis won the war. They stole the trust and made it look like the Allies won. To make you think, when you're born into this shit, to make you think you're free. When really the Nazis won the war and put on American stripes. Oh, Jesus Christ. They put on American stripes and said, yeah, we got a new deal thanks to Mr. Roosevelt, who's called the trust buster. Not Donald Trump, Roosevelt. Whose trust did he bust? Well, King George, that is. Press 1. This is the missing link to the who, what, where, and why they would put you in the furnace. Who really financed the extermination program of the American Negroes? The Queen, who just passed away, the monarchs, the Pope, the Catholic Church, and all of the above. They all took part in the fall and gained everything after the crash and the stolen resources of the great empire of George Washington the Great. Press 1, who established this whole nation, in which authorized the contract of the Constitution with the federal government, which will be it's Italy and all of these other folk on the other side, North Africa, which were being built up by engineers of our own Army Corps. Today, I said the involvement in the worst Holocaust on the planet, which was the extermination and the confiscation through the federal government of our property, our gold, our resources, our oil, our Bibles, our names that attaches us to the land was written in the Bibles. The Nazis came here and destroyed everything. That's what I'm saying. You're not listening. The Queen, I was looking for if it was just the Pope and the Catholicism and this whole hiding the infrastructure of the Nazis, but it goes back to London and the corporate state, the illegal, fraudulent corporate state of London. Press 1, which y'all think is Europe, but it's really just a bank that's hiding all your resources. That all of the 50 niggas that's written on Tupac thing all collect the benefit that's due to you. That's what God is telling you today, bro, is that you see Qatar and you see the resources that's being collected from that. Those are all based off of your name and your beneficiary and your land rights and your land that's all tied to Afro-Americans and their stolen legacy. Press 1 and the stolen trust.
I know you're out there. I can feel you now. I know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change. I don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin. I'm going to hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you.
Pull out the ball war and strike.
What a calamity.
Remove the blindfold, primitive things, and we have done it already, and we won't do it again. Just to hurt your own brother and your life for spectre in the wheels of evil. Put an end to the trend. What is not cannot be undone. Amen, amen. Blood alone, mother dying, starving children. My Buddha say, wait, and start when we.
Phone line is going to open up in the next 9 minutes. I've been getting a lot of beep. Big up, love and share. Share the one you're hardcore. Yo, we're not on a time for a shout to nobody, you know, because everybody awake, you know. Let me know exactly the way forward. Progress, we're saying, the power of the people is more powerful.
Too much of the road, we can't take it, not at all. Politicians are showing dominion, setting up for example, people to come and influencing the youth with money and them weapon. What's so greedy and blind to the situation?
What kind of tribal war you know what not this time, you know, idiot?
All I see is tribal, say same clothes, same color, live like a cannibal. Our voice on the earth,
the government take out our people and now we take out ourselves. What the? I walk one.
So much things to say. Let's solve it today. But anyway, watch this. Have mercy. An election or not, we don't have to fire shot. Now remember that the most of us color is black like sardine.
Hold on, the man. Hold on. The man said election or not. Something not go on in our ear, people. People them must sell out. The people them must sell out. The maroon is not for sale or bargaining. No tribal war.
Right is why remove the blindfold, primitive things, and we have done it already, and we won't do it again. Just to hurt your own brother and your life for spectre in the wheels of evil. Put an end to the trend.
Yes.
What is not cannot be undone. Amen, amen. Blood alone, mother dying, starving children. My Buddha say wait and start when we in. So my man, so my Allah, family,
what a piece of eat, what a piece of eat, Father, what a piece of eat. Everybody turn journalist now, no, give them a microphone and then turn journalist. Everybody turn investigator. But today we have the what we have the facts right after.
Yes, and no matter we the war. Too much of the road, we can't take it, not at all. Politicians are showing dominion, setting up for example, people to come.
Love and share, you know, we play What a Mighty God We Serve already. We also play Judge 100. We're building the momentum, the phone line. The next 6 minutes we're going to open the phone lines. Let me just, we have professors, we have doctors, we have creators, we have founding fathers, all kind of people going to be on the panel today, my God.
Watch this.
Don't watch the nice in the markets. We're supposed to have the colonel inside the house today too, you know. But this ancestors them tell me this morning say the colonel are going in our house this morning. Cause with this your calamity where we having a food and lad. But I need 4 boxes of paper I print off last night. I mean I send them the council. Let me say we shall have it. We shall have it.
That's not needed, my friend.
That's not needed, my friend. Tribal war. I know that we are defeated.
Tell them like it is. Say from the day that me never see ministers fight. If them even do that, man, I with them vice. So dash with the gun and dash with the bomb and dash with the knife. A full time now we start to low night. Cause this is something that we must practice. Fight for equal rights and justice. Right now we have to try set some new trend. Cause the tribalism it must come to an end.
Tribal war. We no want no more of that. When all the ministers when the ministers them look and see with them laugh off away, you know. Them laugh off a week, the ministers, them sister, them trick the people. So today we're talking about the stool and the crown. You need to know about that. The stool, aka the crown, is a very important part of what we have to deal with. Let me just say love and share, like and care. Let's get into it. Without any further ado, over the weekend, we received, as a matter of fact, our satellite has been picking up a lot of action that has been happening within the scope of the Maroon Nation. As you know, we're one of the first airwaves to bring this attention to you, where Maroon issues, Maroon ideas, you know, and all of the concern of our Maroon Nation is what we do on a day-to-day basis here. We do not, I repeat, we do not buy into the propaganda, for a better word, that is being spread out there about our victorious stand from 1738 as a milestone that we can dwell upon. So that is sometimes a controversy, but it does have some form of insight with to let you gather more about what we're talking about, where we're from, where we stand, and how we gather this sort of autonomy. Now, as you know, it's all over the news right now. It's all over the news, and we at Freshradiovybz was very, very instrumental in getting some of these information out there to our listeners. Now, our method of getting things out to our listeners is very, 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 very strategic. And when we say strategic, we are aligning ourselves with the mainstream, not the lame stream. I want to stress on that very much, that for those people who may be used to the lame stream approach of getting their information, we do not subscribe to that. We subscribe to the thought that our people are very very talented, very intelligent. They're awesome. They are the Khalifa. They are royalty. So when we're dealing with our people, we do not see them from a point where they are considered lower, but much more higher. We are the 9 ethers. So our vibrations is of the highest right here on planet Earth, in this form that you're seeing me as an Anukian. Now, as I said, over the weekend, our desk, for those who are following the Maroon agenda, Nyankopong, aka the place called Jamaica, we call it passionately, the people call it passionately Nyankopong, the ancestral language that is very, very much a spiritual powerhouse, if I may put it that way. And it is very crucial for us to defend righteousness and defend it in all its glare. I want to say big up to the physical defenders of righteousness, the spiritual defenders of righteousness, the literal defenders of righteousness, and of course, I want to also big up all the ancestral warriors, the Karamanti warriors who guide us on our journey. Over the weekend, some developing news. The Akongpong Town Colonel Richard Curry, that we've been reaching out to for nearly a month now, or from the 18th month of conception, we've been reaching out to the office of Richard Curry. We have spoken to Richard Curry personally, but it was not on a share basis where you, our listeners, could hear his side of story. We continue at this crucial time to find out exactly what is on Mr. Richard Curry desks that have the entire Maroon Nation scoping in when we have bigger things to deal with. But over the weekend, Akongpong News breaked the headlines as to Richard Curry being ousted. Yes, you heard me right. We heard that he has been ousted. It said here via Akongpong News that Richard Curry ousted as chief of Akongpong by Maroon Council of Elders. After that, they say, with an astonishing and unanimous vote by the Akongpong Town Maroon Council of Elders, all Maroon Council members, both in the General Maroon Council and the Grand Maroon Council of Elders, voted on September 10th, 2022, that convict Richard Curry on more than 27 impeachment charges. Now, the last time we heard that word impeachment was when Donald Trump was in office, and he got a very good much of that publicity from that impeachment. It goes further to say that the impeachment charges, along with a vote of no confidence, which automatically depose him from his position as chief of Akongpong Town. The dossier contains charges with high crimes and misdemeanors and a lot of things. We're going to get into it now. Upon that brought forward, Richard Curry said that he had to come forth and deal with an issue where he had some form of stand, because he said that his name will not be tarnished like this, or tarnish, for a better patois word. So he went on Instagram and he put out a devastating thing that I wanted to call Richard and speak to him to say, Richard, we have to find a way to deal with this. But I'll let Richard speak for himself. Is Richard tape ready? Is he ready? Hold on, his tape is not quite ready. In case you're just joining us, we are looking at the papers. There are some charges that has been laid squared at the Akongpong Colonel Richard Curry, and it stemmed from several investigations that has been going on via Freshradiovybz. Freshradiovybz pride itself with aligning itself with the relevant powers that have the moves and the shake of the nation of the Maroon and not a community. And what we keep saying all the time is that we want everyone to understand, to understand when we say Maroon. Maroon is our nationality. We are not black for crying out loud. The DJ just passed this on to me. This is the color of black. When will intelligent people stop calling themselves drunk or shit and dog shit and all these things? Because when you call somebody black, that is the dirty of dirt that we can go to. But of course, we do respect everybody's perfect black light. And talking about perfect black light, the chief is almost ready. Let us remind that Daniel Z. Basra today is Earth Strong, so we are looking some sentimental gifts to pass on to His Excellency. He has been doing a tremendous job. It is this that has led Richard Curry to our airwaves.
Amongst us. Tonight, I wish to categorically denounce the actions of a handful of Maroons, both locally and internationally, who have aligned themselves with foreign elements for reasons leading to greed and power to negotiate and control mining monies that would only filter to the hands if they were to accomplish their deceptive plans. The acts carried out by the names I will begin to call out have all engaged in a massive scheme to assassinate the character of my administration and myself, which has manifestly created a defamation case. They have been aided and abetted by officials belonging externally to other entities, as well as mainstream media proxies and propaganda accounts, which aim to remove me as the democratically elected leader of the Akongpong Maroons of Trelawney Town. The names are as follows: Vivian Cornish, Veronica Reed, Alrina Wright, Mavis Williams, Etta Rowe, Oral Chambers, Herbert Wright, Basil Dunn, Roy Blake, William Anderson, Murdy Rowe, former Colonel Murdy Rowe, who was also a candidate in the previous election, and head of the council, which was
my God, did I? The phone lines are open. The phone lines are open. Stop the godforsake. Did our newsroom has just played a tape a while ago where the Colonel, and I hope that none of my listeners right now are listening, because if your name is on this tape, quite possibly you my gosh, DJ, play something, because I can't believe did the sitting. This is not, my God, Jesus. This is not.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, Snow, they came around looking for you the other day. Word, bust it. Informer, you know, say that me tell me I go slam. I like you bum bum down. Take the man that say that me stomach stop. Somebody
Fresh Radio Vibes. The most fierce internet radio station on planet Earth. The resistant radio station. Fresh Radio Vibes. Fresh Radio Vibes. Fresh Radio Vibes. The most feared internet radio station on planet Earth. The resistant radio station. Fresh Radio Vibes.
You know, say that I'm a snowman, I go glam. I like you bum bum down. Take the man that say that I'm a snowman, stab somewhere down the lane. I like you bum bum down. Informer, you know, say that I'm a snowman, I go glam.
I had to play that one for. I had to play. Hold on. Can we? Yo, I know that is snow and with. Oh my God. Hold on. Reds have just entered the building. Bring us up to scratch, please. Is this this is not Wayne operating my thing, you know. This is Gadite operating him thing. Bring us on camera right now, immediately, before me ever make somebody paycheck. Don't run this weekend, you know. Don't ramp with me thing. And big up my little music thing over Canada. Reds, you're on the line. You just heard us play. What is it? I was in my 20s when that song Informer is the name of the song come out. I have a whole heap of them on the people. Let's have a play. But you've just heard what Mr. Curry said as far as naming out. Anybody know Mr. Curry? Tell him to give me a call. We need
Ferron Williams, former colonel, who was also ousted in the last election, is the head of the Security Council, which crafted the document, which was also circulated. Audie Rowe, Hedley Hutchinson, Daniel Barrett, one other notorious member, Paul Williams, Joshua Robertson, Herbert Foster, Aubrey Williams, Ina Lawrence, Frank Lennon, Sidney Rowe, and Linval Barrett, Lindsay.
I would ask the colonel to give the Freshradiovybz a call, because, you know, on a serious note, people, when I got this tape, I'm not saying that we can't have our disagreement. We must agree to disagree. But we can't act as if we don't know that every action brings a reaction. All right? And what has been going on is all of these names that the colonel is calling, they are part of the Maroon community. And if the Maroon community can't solve their own little minor dispute diplomatically, it does not make sense. This is not how we do this diplomatically. This is as the emperor says, fundamentally speaking, this cannot be a way forward. And I urge people who are out there who are listening to this unfolding revelation of our people at a crucial time like this, when the corporations are stepping on our necks. They've just removed the old shoes of grandma, and now the son has put his foot on the neck, and we are over here chattering about names on lists and nickels and dimes when we have a nation to deal with. We have children, for crying out loud, that are looking at us, that are saying, what is the next way forward? I want to resolve this distraction that has arrived, has pushed its ugly head up. And, let's see if I wonder if anyone from any of the maroon town could shed some light on what's going on. I think we have maroons globally who are concerned about what's going on. Colonel Grand Rising. Grand Rising Queen, how you doing? This is Rasgadites.
I'm not. Yes, what's up with you?
Yes, I am here in the International Grand Rising show, and your spirit has pushed forward because you are one of those living maroon, the living maroon, not a straw person. And I don't like what I'm hearing. I don't like what I'm seeing. I don't like this distraction will pop up amongst our maroon community. Talk to me. How you feel this morning?
Coming on very well.
Sound very well. You have concerns. Do you have concerns, Mummy? Because hey, what was hidden from the wise and the prudent must reveal unto the babe and the suckling. That's
true.
Yeah, them thing I didn't need for pop up. There's a ousted article out about the colonel in a Kongpong town. You're up by Scottsall, and a lot of things has been. Talk to me.
I fight the youth, man. They just try to get him out because the queen dead now. And when the man won't claim back the land now, I'll be a Tagawara go on because they might brainwash the people. What make them brainwash the people? So instead of them trying to stand up with the youth and fight for the land, them fight the youth. Fight him out instead. I don't agree with it.
No. When you say them a fight the youth, because him have a list when call out, I think all people from up Scottsall go involved in it, Where must say that?
No, not Scottsall. Not Scottsall,
Motown, yes. And truth be told, all of we are brothers and sisters, aren't we?
Yes.
Now the captured people, them who live amongst the free people, as what we go and say. The one them who come over upon the slave ship, as what the books write. Them have who said complexion, don't. Said people like we don't.
Right.
So when we see the division now, where Portland, which is the original maroon town, I St. Mary up there, some come from for the Long Hill, so I get them can't tell me nothing. Yeah. We know so the whole place. Our ancestors our ancestors never say, yes, and this alone maroon people live, or yes, you are maroon and you are not maroon. You never hear your grandparents attack them way there.
No, sir.
Then where this come from then, Mama? Where this come from?
Just bad man and the maroon never fight against one another from time to time.
Jesus.
Because you see power of greed.
Yes.
If you take a power of greed, that is what is going on. I want myself alone.
All right. Coco put it this way now. Him said that a meeting keep. Him say him talk to all of the elders them, and them give him word, and within 4 hours, them betray him. Anything like that, Gossa?
Yes, of course it is. Of course it's what is going on.
So what was this meeting about, and why would they betray him? Were they threatened by the corporation? Because we know say our real oppressors is not our brothers and sisters, but spiritual and wickedness in high and low places, and the corporation have been hunting us from day one.
What is really going on, they had everything at the one in Williams, because in come and him protest against Williams and him vote him in.
Yes.
And put out Williams.
Yes.
I would do anything for the country. So Williams is still a care of a grudge and a feeling same way. So him is the one who is the head of everything, what is going on down there. Because him is working with the government. And Corey is not working with the government as far as we're concerned. So that's the reason why I'm getting a lot of fight. Just like Chief Pink.
Yes.
Him saying that working with no government. So that's the reason why they fight him also.
Jesus, peace, my God.
Chief Pink and Corey, They are standing up and fighting for them rights and stand up with the people, and they don't want that. They rather work with the Babylonian system as far as I mess with these people. So you see what me do? Me keep myself apart from them also.
Wow. But the youth them a grow up and a see what go and say this your carelessness, because if Williams, I'm gonna say we can reach out to him office. If he was in power as an ex-police, we know so that the Maroon sovereignty was not right. And we say to our brothers and sisters that the corporation of Jamaica is under the crown, and the crown is who they surrendered to our ancestors for this blood treaty. Yeah, we never surrender to a Jamaica corporation. No go so.
No.
So with our brothers and sisters being brainwashed and call themselves Jamaican, because Jamaican is a 1962 conception in the foolishness of so-called independent. Our 1738 treaty of overstanding or under our inner standing by the oppressors, which was the crown at that time, the red coat. It overrides the authority of the Jamaican government, who take their order from the crown.
Right.
And we've been trying to put that across in a very diplomatic way, where your brother Mr. Pink, Nobleman Pink, he has returned, with orders from the Queen directly to reestablish the power to his people. And we see, because of political infight nastiness right now, it a distract with people. Yeah. It is distracting our people, Mama.
Because him free himself, and him might try to show the people so them can free themselves from this Babylonian system, but they don't want it. That's the reason why he might get a fight by the government also. So because during the two time, he was standing up him right. I made them know that him is a free man.
Yes.
And then he was not jail. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
And hold
on. You touch a very crucial, because this is what I said to Nobleman Pink the last time that we speak. When he was going through the tabernacle, I never see the other colonel, included Colonel Richie, go to even the one of the trial with Pink. And this is the foolishness where the council is getting at, that we need to put our differences aside.
Chief Curry was trying to get contact with him by getting his number to find out what is going on, and nobody wouldn't give Chief Pink number to Curry. Then tell him that I didn't have my number for him.
So hold on.
Which is lie.
Hold on. How far is a Kong Pong town from Scottsdale? Because a plane me take come. No, but Mama, on a realistic thing, you think our people really are try unite as the mother among us? You think them children are try unite in any way? From Richard to Pink to LA to Williams to who you see any uniter in this thing right now?
No, the thing is all about money making things. That everybody globally is angry because they hear about money. Because if the government offer them certain amount of money, if you get rid of Curry, them go do it. And if they get the government offer them certain amount to get rid of Pink, them go do it same way. This is all about money.
And people, when you hear we talk about money and get rid of people, how them do it in the corporation is them bring up a little contract for dig out one little road, and then tell one of our brothers say, me go give you $300,000 to dig out the road here. But here what you have to do, you have to talk bad against the one you're over here, so, and tell people say my this and my that, and my ass dead and cow fat. Right, Mama?
That's right. See me go for two.
So all of these, my thing is, me talk to your brother. And me say to your brother, me say to him, say, Pink, you come back, And what the tragedy in this is that some of us who is in this awakening, we are expecting this to be easy. And I said to us that this will never be easy, because if it was easy, it would have been done already. Your brother now, I was trying to have a diplomatic office with him at the beginning, but then him and a disagreement between the emperor cause his office for say, well, me not trust who you link with, and me not trust who you talk with. And as me said to my people, them said, my name Gadites, you know. But the Maroon Agenda is an office where, you know, like you run one store, you have people coming there where you're not even, you know, your skinny as a John the person, you're not coming there, you know. But that would be your biggest customer, you know, you go your biggest client that will come in a store. But because of because of your fear factor now, you don't reach out to that person. We cannot make this Willie Lynch thing and mash up with Maroon Nation. We need to nip it right now.
That is true.
Have you reached out to Richard Curry? Because I've been reaching out to him, but somebody tell me that he does not like how I address the situation. But I don't see how I address the situation. I deal with the oppressors. And if you stand up against the oppressors, I'm going to tell you. It's my duty to make you know that this is an oppressor.
True.
So have you reached out to him, Mama?
No, I don't have a number for him. My brother has a number, but I don't have a number for him.
Yeah, we need.
Because me want to get contact with.
Yes.
I want to get contact with him differently and privately, but I don't have a number for him.
No, and if you're getting.
When me want to.
What you want to say to him? Give me a little bit of that on your mind.
When me want to talk to him about it, the private thing, because you see, you may tell me stay, you know. Yeah. It's a spiritual woman, you know.
Yes, sir.
And if me say you fight me, I get rid of you before you get rid of me, you know. That's me stay. Me I put you aside. Me not kill you, you know, but me go put you aside. Make you forget about me altogether, so me stay. And then me continue with me do.
Me want this.
I mean, I make you a
me want.
Put me down.
Me want.
I do.
Yeah. Go on.
Yeah.
Me want this said.
That's why certain.
Yeah. Energy. Go on, Mama. Go on.
You see, group is nothing I not join. I keep on telling people all what I don't join group.
Yes.
Me rather work by myself. You see, I got one orange in a basket. That is my brother. Me no work with. But you see, me tell him something. You see something now go right with him. And me tell him the truth.
Yes.
Him now go on you the truth. So me just leave it at that. So me stay. And me keep a fire. You know why me keep a fire? So me, you know, see. Because him is a man. He don't take time. And you need to listen to people who older than you and know more than you. You're not showing the right thing. That we keep on tell him.
Yes.
And see it. They say, look, listen, and learn. And if you know I look, listen, and learn, you're not going to reach nowhere. You need to take talk from elders, how people will know more than you. Say me wrong, I'm right.
Well, as we said, me talk to your brother, and you know, as I said, he came down with his orders to get something done, like all of us. But there's a communication barrier where the zest to fight our brothers and sisters is more important than to fight the oppressors. So while they're killing our children with inoculation and poison, we are hating ourselves more. So we're actually doing the work for the oppressors. We hate ourselves more than how they hate us. Yeah, you know, and that's what we're trying to cut across, because life not hard in a moment. We make life hard.
Right.
Yeah, a country me come from where every fruit you can think of upon the tree. But because everybody's selfish and my land this and my this and my, and when them dead, we all just accept that you can't do nothing over it. But when you're alive,
you see me?
Yes.
Me live on a piece of land by myself. And if someone come, if a 10 person come, and a 10 banana on the land, I rather cut 10 banana and give everybody one. You know, see it and stay without us, and stay. Because if me hungry, you're hungry, me hungry too. And if me belly full, your belly have full. That's what me see it.
Yes. You know that. You know that in this you watch the tape that the colonel sent out where he's talking about that the rest of chief them meet with the government to get some indigenous money. Do you know anything about that?
Yes, that is true. True. Me watch the video. And that is true because the man when you look but there, he means that no damn colonel around here. Is a bogus vote and then do. Then carrying one bag of police coming in the community. And then they write up one paper and throw in a carton box upon the day before. And go on and pay people. People from other communities, other parishes, $2,000 each to sign up people to a carton box. So when they don't then can one people police will be a big long one coming in the Maroon community, say them have election. No election no go so in a Scots and Maroon from me ban until long ago in so nothing never go so like that. And then all of a sudden, so me see this man push up this man up front with politicians say him a the colonel. Until long he still can't get the post because he do register as a colonel. Pink name still register as the colonel, as the chief same here. So we understand what I say.
So Richard Curry is not the first one them try house. Them try also house your brother Nobleman Pink.
Yes. He be the first one and do it with and then I try to do it with Curry right now.
So a long time house
and the colonel and motor. Yes. And the colonel and motor I'm a part of what is going on with Curry also too, because Curry go on and to talk to him and tell him say if you step aside and give somebody else the post. Nothing wrong with that. In one of the people say what they want to change, give them a change. But because him work with the government and work, that's why you know want to step aside. Mm-hmm. This man run right, say you have a piece of land and you dead left a piece of land and you have children and then they're abroad. The man go behind your back, the children them back and go sell somebody else's land. That is what is going on around
Hold on. You tell me say my piece of land over a place there.
Yeah.
Colonel can just get up and sell it to one of him friend them.
Yes, that's what is going on a motor right now. People call me and complain to me about it. Yes. So me tell me brother and he say look like him my plan to run it for a motor. That's why we can do it. And the people because a 3 person do it with up the other day.
So hold on. We know say Ferran is a ex-police and you know the place where Richard Curry do the video last night, it is a place where him said that groundbreaking did take place, and after groundbreaking take place, it was a Maroon building. Your understanding is that a government office as far as a compound government of the Maroon goes, or is it a private thing? Because the man them say a private thing.
Well, me aware of that one. Because in a compound town, I know that they have their own law down there, and we then try their own case and everything. But all of a sudden now, I'll be a police are going and do what they want to do now. And try to stop with that.
No, but on the tape last night, Richard called for help from the outside forces as far as the Jamaica Corporation and the security thing going to ask for assistance. But before we get into that, a bag of charge them put on. Come here, ask Richard Curry, just call me, because you have to face them thing, you know. And if he's a servant of the people them have to make them move, and you have to make your move. Them say him wanted them impeach him on 27 charges. 27 charges in.
I'm never got the story for
so
you.
You never did the meeting there.
No, but I don't believe not when them put on the paper, because I see to them try to sing my brother the other day when he go court.
Yeah.
But in this that and but him still when them put on the paper try to sing him, he still get away. Now see, I say when they come on and do the they not call the people and we come on and investigate.
Yes.
They call them people again.
Yeah.
Come on and do the investigation.
Yeah.
Somebody
detective them. You have to get a caraman to detective them on it.
But report on it, but all the bad report and put on it. You the judge say, Mr. Pink is a good man, because you give water to you leave and come from England and you take your own money, you give water to the people and you committee. That is very good. And I appreciate the help for what you do.
Yes.
And it was just saying people only come and go home.
So
because everybody looks at why am I go back to prison, Ray.
Yes.
But me tell you something, who got the man.
No, them said the 27 impeachment charges consist of breaking and entering and of course illegal possession of firearm, kidnapping, death threats, various individual intimidation, harboring criminal in a compound town, malicious propaganda.
Nothing like that. I like them at him. Lie. That is a lie. Me no live down there, me no say it's a lie. Because it's a spiritual woman, me no say be a lie them a tell. I plot them a plot against the man. Them is a wicked. Why these whole people are going to sit down aside and long prevent them survive? Why the hell all ahead are going to fight the young guy at all time? What if I was in a compound so they say everybody don't put and sit down on the backside on a tub and can't move? Let me tell you.
Wow.
That's why I live by myself, you know. And keep myself to myself.
So pana bigger notice where it take place in a Nyanka Pong right now, the place called Jamaica. From your point of view, the government has set trap for we and we have set trap for ourselves. How this gonna work out? How this gonna work out?
We go together and fight for rights. Stand up and fight for rights.
Me feel say woman them have to play a big role, no, cause the man them like them have life, them distracted, them get too much loving from the woman them. So in a ancient days gone by, our female them usually put on 4 and 5 panty and tights and even lock up a thing. And make man have find sense. Them have to get sense, cause right now. Yeah. Your sisters, them and my granny and my auntie, them. You think the female then can help solve this?
You see, most of them female, they love fling them kin all over the place with money. So you have to know who is who. You see it.
People.
And then they get brainwashed because of money, most of them. But then nobody can brainwash me so easy. Because me is a wise old. My father was a spiritual man, and me have to take up team role after him pass off. So you know, see it. I mean, I make nobody put me down, and nobody can control me so easy. I'll try to brainwash me so easy because of money. Because you can't catch me. It's a little person, you can't get me so easy.
Yes. It's just serious. People, we are talking with Nobleman Pink. What's your name again, Mama?
My name is Adela Pink.
Adela Pink, warrior nanny bloodline. And you're in Scottsdale. Which are the museum there. Scottsdale, our museum there with a lot of ancient artifact of development and creativity of our people.
Yes, you call me Adela, you call me Queen Daisy.
Queen Daisy, I love the name there. Wow, Daisy. My granny name was Rose, you know. Rose. So you know I go already.
Okay.
Yeah, and St. Mary, nice place. We're gonna touch base with you again, cause we're trying to get the Lions them to come to the table, because now is not the time for us to be distracted, for a better word. No.
Not is government.
No, sir. Not at this time when the Queen go, the Queen drop out, and now we see his son try putting foot on everybody neck. You know, we can't afford that. We can't afford that. No, go.
The lamp.
Oh Jesus. One love, you know, we shall. Yes, yeah. We shall have, you know. We shall have, Mama. Maroon power.
Vote the lamp. Me tell you so, vote the lamp and stand up right now.
Yes.
Can't make nobody step forward.
Nobody, and we can't make sake of one little money to we hate one another, because as you know, say a piece of paper with them a use a try divide, you know.
Why you think they're not coming and Scottsdale come do what they have to do already, you know? Me don't have to take do part of my work already, you know.
Yes.
But just when you do your work, when anybody knows, say, boy, I go do this, I go do that. You have to just get up and just do your thing.
Hey, I know the powers, man. I know the powers. Just ashe and keep the energy flowing. All right, Mama?
Yes, man. I will link up again. Where you say your name again?
A Ras Gadites, man. All from the tribe of Giad. Yeah, man.
Okay.
All right. Yes, I. Make we take it up yet, no? Yes, I. That is all the way up Scottsdale. We got Maroon Town, Louis Culture.
change that. But if you're this way a danger, we work hard for the paper. So we want big fun, and we want skyscraper. Don't bow, don't fuck nobody. I just in a father God, I walk on your way up. I just say let's go. The change that did appreciate. Yeah, man, I'm right up there. Yeah, what's up, I said. But don't forfeit, money don't change. We have money change.
Yes, sir. Yeah, big up Louis Culture in that building. Yo, Raga Canada, and I go back to Reds. I want to talk to Reds.
Don't bow, don't fuck nobody. I just in a father God, I walk on your way up. We change that in a bridge, yes. Yeah, man, I run in a one car with flashing. Love people think that they're real, them not that but my dream come true. From every time we happen, don't change we have money change that. Yeah, this we are danger. We work hard for the paper. So we want a big fun. We want skyscraper. So girl can't
that's the same way I think.
me a girl
to go to the farmer,
Girls go fly for paper.
To be honest, no man, they are
love me like how them love the savior. The boy make girl take money, turn him in a cloud. Girl a boxing with the chance and him can't make a sound. Still,
Hold on. Jesus and peace. Yo, DJ, don't touch the dial to me. I wish I call now, because every time you call me getting at some little thing, otherwise I got my lawyer just link me and tell me, say, one of the big dudes, them, this now go through. We can link it forward, man. A easy thing that. But let's get it forward. The phone lines are open. The number to call is 260-209-8730. WhatsApp it thing now.
Money don't change we have money change that. But if you're this way a danger, we work hard for the paper. So we want big fun, and we want skyscraper. Don't bow, don't fuck nobody. I just in a father God, just say let's go. The change that did appreciate. Yeah, man, I'm rubbing that one. Yeah, one flashing.
Yeah, hold on. Is this the Canadian embassy? I'm trying to reach one of the ambassador inside the embassy, Canada. We have a thing on the desk here. We want to ask a few questions about. Is this the Canadian High Commission representative for the Maroon? I just want to know.
No, it's Lisa. Red Snapper Promotion and Management Team. Red Snapper.
Oh. Yeah, but Red Snapper, you know, so you have all kind of links. You have links with all like big people. What go on Red Snapper, Grand Rising?
Well, I just left on Curry's both of his Instagrams. I left your phone number and told him to WhatsApp you and your link for the live right now. And yeah.
You think Richard Curry? You think Richard Curry? You think he will call me? You think he'll call me?
Well, he put up a video from yesterday. He went live on his Instagram.
Yes.
So I sent you that video to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Some Maroons, he was saying in the video, some of the Maroons thought that he was having a private meeting at a school, but he wasn't. They weren't having no meeting at the school.
Oh my!
They were finishing the school. They were finishing the school ground, like trying to fix the field and stuff like that.
So
had nothing to do.
So you think that this apparatus that is taking place with Richard Curry first and foremost, an article.
I think it's wrong that people are treating him that way because he's really trying, and everybody should just get together and listen to him. Yeah. He's trying to stop these people that own that have been digging for that dirt to make tin and stuff.
Bauxite, yes,
bauxite. Okay, well, that dirt has been causing people to get sick and die, and causing them to get cancer, and killing the fish, and killing the plants, and killing everything in sight.
Yes.
And once it gets in the air, if it goes windy, it's going into another section and making people sick. People that are already sick are dying. So, of course, bauxite mining needs to stop. They want a bauxite mine. Why don't they go into their own country and dig in the ground? Because they can find the same damn dirt.
Reds, before you start cussing some clots
I'm
of
sorry.
clots, let me just remind our listeners, this is the Canadian part of our program. We've just left out of Scotsall, this warp speed that we're using, beaming up Scotty. We've just left Nyankaponga. We're inside the Canadian High Commissioner's residence.
You forget I'm a redhead. You forget that,
And
right?
she's a redhead talking to Reds. First and foremost, Reds, you have an article of impeachment against Richard Curry. Then you have Kongpong Town Maroon Council of Elders. Then you have the Kongpong Town Council of Elders again. And then you have Richard Curry ousted, which is appearing in a Kongpong News. And you're saying this is nothing new to you, because you felt this coming from a while, because he stand up to the bauxite companies who are taking away our resources.
Nobody has ever done that.
Nobody.
Not one Maroon has ever stood up to those people and said, no, you're not coming to take our land and come to do that shit on our land. No one. I have never seen no one do that.
Nobody with
He's
you.
risking his
Oh,
life
Jesus.
by doing something like that to protect that land.
Yes. You're saying that you've never seen anybody stand up as how Richard Curry has stand up. You've never seen that.
Never.
No, listen to me. Grand Rising Master of Arms Willie. We are in smack dab in Canada right now, people, where the spaceship has landed and pick up one of our best pilot. Willie. Reds is inside the comfort seat sipping on some pina colada. And Willie, while you're getting your luggage, sorted out to come onto the diplomatic platform, Reds is saying that Richard Curry assertion to power has been one of the best things for Maroons, and he's getting a fight because the bauxite company may have paid off the other Maroons. What are you buying into this?
Oh my God, they have been doing that in Manchester and different parts of Jamaica, going to people that own land and saying, hey, I'll give you this amount of money, knowing these people ain't never had that money in their life, and giving them the money. And they get that money and they take that land, and that person don't know the meaning of money. They ended up spending that money, and a lot of them are homeless, have nothing.
Yes. Master,
when you get poor people, they ain't never seen that kind of money in their life, and then all of a sudden somebody comes around with 50,000 American dollars and say, hey, give me your property. Yes. Yeah, of course they're taking that shit.
It's more
but
than
they're not thinking in their head.
It's more than 50,000. I think Richard Curry mentioned last night that he find people where millions of dollars have been running through a Kongpong town, and
it all depends on how much land that they have.
How many what?
How many acres?
But I don't think this money is coming. I don't think is there any. I don't think any contract has come up with Ferron on it, but we know that we're gonna get bigger heads. But hold on, the Reds. Master of Arms, he has looked through the papers of the sovereignty of what's going on. Master of Arms, have you watched the tape that Richard Curry? Have you followed the things that have been coming on your desk as far as Nyankaponga over the weekend, sir?
I barely looked at it this morning, but I have so many things I am focusing on now. I have no time for curry and curry goat and all them something because things are beginning to play out, and I think overall justice will be served and done because you can do so much and no more. So the last I heard is that they have voted him out, but he was kind of like the little that I catch, he was kind of like challenging it to say that it's like a conspiracy to get him out, and it's
I would say so. I'm sorry, but I would say so.
There
a lot
weren't
of people that voted don't even live on the compound.
Hold on. Reds, Willie, Reds, you'll get a time to dispute because I think it's 680 people voted for him in the last election. We're going to look at these facts. Reds have just thrown in a pickle pepper, said that 3/4 of these people did not live in a Kongpong town. But Willie, you are saying that this ousting of the man himself, Richard Curry, what do you think triggered it? I know that the letter that was delivered to Daniel Z. Bozrah shared these said compliments as far as removing people from their position. Is it the said knife that stick goat that is what are you feeling, Willie? Do you think that he brought this onto himself or what?
No.
Yeah, I do believe that he brought it to himself, because the fact that he was trying to get rid of a sovereign person from their birthright and their land. There's a text that says that when you're digging a hole, that you must dig two. When you're setting up a gallows for somebody else, you must set up one for yourself, because you usually have to make the two, because what they say, the same Jamaicans have always said, the same knife that stick the sheep, stick the goat. So we have to be careful how we treat others. And it's just recently they dish a raw deal to Mr. Bozrah, and I think it's going to come back to haunt them, because that's not how sovereigns and peaceful, loving people deal with things. You don't kick a man out of his community because he has some disagreement. You try to amicably resolve the issue in a very civilized way. And use violence.
Hold on. You know that you have that tenor voice, Willie, and that seemed to be getting under the skin of Reds. Reds is saying that you don't want her day to be disturbed. And Reds does not agree with some of the points that you're putting across as far as painting a picture about a man that you care about. You want to rebut anything that he says?
Yes.
What?
For one, the guy, the one that was exported off of the land was part of a big scheme that these two white men and the other side of Canada, British Columbia way, had sat there and said, hey, well, we're going to come in and help and do this and do that. And they had one of the Maroons that sat there and put up and said, hey, this guy's going to help and shit. They took a lot of money and jetted with that money and did not help. So that's why that Maroon
hold on, Reds, before you spew those garbage.
I sent you the video. I sent you the video from Richard's Instagram.
With the young lady explaining that she came from somewhere to do some oral water project with the colonel. But what Reds is, what Willie is coming at is that, as how we deal with things diplomatically, someone was beaten or had to run for their lives, and it falls under the watch of Richard Curry. And we're saying, as a civilized community that knows better, we know that to solve our differences, we cannot and should not harm each other because of how we feel towards each other. And what do you say?
The guy wasn't even harmed. He was just escorted off the land. Nobody beat on him. If anybody beat on him, it was somebody that Richard didn't know anything about.
Okay, so hold on. Willie, you've been on the program, Willie, and can you confirm that this is the sentiment that was shared?
I don't know how Red stay in St. Catharines, not even St. Catharines, Jamaica. St. Catharines, thousands of miles away, and can say she
live in Canada too.
Well, I am not.
At least I go and listen to what Richard Curry's saying, and see from all the videos.
So you're
getting
the news from Richard. Then that's where you get the news from. But Reds, if you're watching right now, people, it
shows the proof in the videos. It shows the lady in there talking about the water and everything, and these people said, hey, well, we're going to do this and go and do that for the Maroons, and then turn around and snivel them out of money, snivel them out of the shit, and that one Maroon had something to do with this shit.
Oh, Jesus. People,
no, he deserved to leave off the land.
Hold on, because Reds is a redhead people. We have to share that sentiment, and we are all Maroons. We have to respect that, the indigenous rights of you being born through a female. But I have a picture up right now with Daniel Z. Bozrah. His arms is in a sag. And of course, today is his birthday to Willie. We'll have to round up at least a 20 pack or something. Red's our next 20 pack. You could send something to. And he has been. They said that he had to run for his life. Now, the reason why we're looking at this picture, people, and looking at the Richard Curry scenario is
two fucking white men that were trying to do something with the maroon land that they promised that they were going to do, and they didn't do. They just took the money.
No,
he deserved to get the fuck out of it.
But I think you're mixing, Willie. I think Reds is mixing up because I do have Mr. Reed coming on shortly. This is the man who has the allegations that the colonel kidnapped him. I interviewed him a couple weeks ago, and he is coming on back today because, as you see it here, one of the main charges that has been put out of the 27 charges is that Richard Curry has also kidnapped this gentleman. So maybe you're mixing up the case,
for
Reds.
what? What did they kidnap him for? For what?
What?
How did he kidnap him, and how? Why?
He said that he went down there to do some investment, and upon investing it, upon doing some investment, he got taken away by one of the brothers who was there on behalf of the colonel. That's why we're saying, we've been calling out for Richard to be here.
Are you talking about those two white men in Canada?
No. There was two white men in Canada that was kidnapped. To tell me about it. Reds, are you there?
No.
So there was
I didn't hear that they were kidnapped, but those are the ones that wanted to do this shit in the first place.
So hold on, you went over to
black man.
Hold on, but you went over to Korea and there was a white kidnapping also?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to get it right. I think Michelle is
I never heard of nobody getting kidnapped for one.
I'm gonna ask Michelle not to stay outside the classroom and
all I'm
throw in the
telling you
notes.
is the people that invested, that said that they were those investment people.
Yes.
We're talking about the shit with these two white men from British Columbia way.
I didn't
the
get
other
that.
side of Canada.
I never get that story. I wonder if Michelle know more than us.
I sent you the video. He was talking about it on his Instagram.
Where two white men came down to him.
Yes, and they one of the maroon guys vouched for them and said, "Yeah, let's do this. Let's make this happen." And then a whole bunch of fucking money went missing.
Who a whole bunch of money? Where that money was, Reds? Where you think that money was?
Those fucking white men took this money.
The white men
They promised them some shit that didn't. They promised them some stuff and it didn't fucking go through. They end up taking this fucking money and leaving.
Reds. I know that you're spilling a lot of garbage out there now, and I want to stop it there because
no, I'm not. I'm going to send you the video again.
Reds.
So you can listen to the video while you say
Reds. On a serious note, because this is not that hosting. Richard Curry is facing 27 counts right now, and it's not a joke thing because we have where
for doing what? What did he do wrong?
They say let me tell you what they say he did wrong. Cause
break it down for me. Tell me.
They said that.
Tell me. Break it
down.
They
said that he's not cooperating with the community. For one, they say that he's doing things is not how they want to move forward. Doing it, they want interaction. He's there to serve. They're saying that he's not, just like over here. We have been calling for Richard for how long?
So the ones that are giving him the fight are the ones that were voting for the other guy to win, and he didn't win. So now they want him out. So the
Reds, my girl, are you listening? Are you talking? I am saying that right now, Reds, you have 27 impeachment charges, along with a no vote of confidence for Richard Curry. This is not happening to LA. This is not happening to Nobleman Pink. It's not happening to several other people. It's happening to Richard Curry. So we're facing it. And we are asking, why can't we get him directly? Why can't his people come out and talk to the Maroons who are asking these questions? If you feel like you're going to beat everybody with ask questions, it not going to work around here, Reds. It cannot work. So I would ask you, send the thing to him again. And What was that again? You guys smell garbage as well. Michelle, stay out of the classroom and come inside the classroom. Reds, you still there? Willie.
Yeah. Yes, I'm here.
Reds, I think you need to do some more homework. Don't just watch Richard Curry channel. Watch all of the channels them. Because the stories are not
You sent me some.
Michelle, I am not reading a Kong Pong news, Michelle. I am not. Wait, I am not. But Master of Arms, look like Master of Arms busy this morning. If you're busy, we can get you a next segment if you're busy, because I know you do multitask,
Well, I don't know any other Instagram channels to follow.
What was that? Hold on, Will. What you say, Reds?
I don't know anybody else to follow to find out any more facts.
About what?
About what you're talking about. I only know to follow Richard Curry.
So you don't want to hear nobody else part of the story then? You don't go on.
I am willing to. I just don't know what social media. What's their name?
Okay. Well, Willie, 27 counts, 27 impeachment charges, Willie. You're the Master of Arms. Bring us up to scratch. Them say that kidnapping involved, taking over buildings, possession of firearms, death threats, various individual threats. Do you believe these things are come after the Richard Curry camp?
Well, it's unfair for me to stay here and judge, but I trust that the people of a compound town have the integrity, the knowledge before they just jump on. Let me tell you, them have a way to say, anytime you see people say something, you tell them go so and here, go so. I think the people them would have just jump on, kick him out and make those allegations. I think that something went down. Nobody can say for sure who is not there to say what happened. So we have to give the benefit of the doubt to the people who have made that decision, because they say two heads are always better than one, and based on the names that he was reading out, me think he would have called your name to because him say people from the international community. So me and listen him and read out the name.
That's the video I sent him.
Hold on. As far as calling names, and I say this to Richard, come talk to Richard Curry differently, and you doing that, do you think that is leadership quality or diplomatically correct? Do you think that is diplomatically correct?
No, because you see, if you call a man name and you call it, and you can be liable if you make a false accusation. And as a diplomatic person, and I understand maybe his anger and him feel because the mayor said them kick him out. But at the same time, it's not good for call up people name, because people don't take that lightly, So I think he could have been more diplomatic about.
Yeah, but
just maybe mention to some people.
But this is the approach that we've been saying to the office of Richard Curry, that he has to realize that the Maroon sovereignty is not a corporation sovereignty. The protocol that is set by the corporation is not the protocol that the Maroon nation governs itself by. And we're seeing right now, monkey see, monkey do. If we say we want sovereignty, we have to stand up on our own and solve our problem by ourselves in a diplomatic, intelligent way, and not trying to go to Bakramasa to save ourselves. It not make the way there. And this is why the people in the community is figuring more or less that we don't have any leadership. Michelle, if you want to come into the classroom, I can let you in, a pastor, then I'm mayor, now I'm Maroon. Willie, I get it from Michelle. Michelle said, stay out of Maroon business. I will tell you, Michelle.
What? So where should I?
From where you and Michelle dance eye to eye, because Michelle against the emperor. She against everything with Maroon stand for. But yet still she one of the biggest Maroon stuff. But I don't understand her. We pray to bring her in our class, because she not hold her mouth from where you, Willie. She and Reds in a one classroom. No other than go in a classroom.
Bring her in, man.
Yo, no other than go in a classroom because she done say, whether you really get up and talk about say him is past than asked than cow fat. And now with my maroon. Michelle, I've been for you now, really. More, you know that. More, she stop see out yeah. And no, she no want in our class.
Bring her in. We still love her.
No, she outside her classroom and throwing paper with words on it. You don't know Michelle tell already. She fears, you know, she fears it.
I think she try to get in. A while ago, I see something pop up on my screen.
I can't see it. Them a bootleg off a thing right there. Will it just get a drop? But on a serious note, people, we are discussing
Me there still. Me there try let her. Me can't let her in. No, I don't think so.
Red Snapper said, bring her in. You can bring her in too, man. Easy come in, man. The classroom have windows and doors, you know. And as you hear, people, this thing that is going on is causing a ripple effect. You heard the emperor had to go and get a checkup. Oh Lord, Michelle in our classroom. Student, people.
Hey, Michelle.
Jesus.
Hey, Red. How you doing?
Could
I'm fine.
I want to sleep, but it's too early.
Yeah.
Michelle.
Listen, can't go with this biasness going to have a go on.
What you know?
That's all coming to with myself. You understand?
What you know? Listen to me.
With myself because it's bias.
All right, Michelle, talk to me. 27 charges has been laid. 27 charges have been laid against Richard Curry, and none of them now stick.
Listen to me. I don't know where it come from. You hear one news one way, you hear next news the other way. Willie no need to come. Willie no need to have no comment about nothing. Because Willie was just a pastor the other day. Then him got to more and now him can't be with the Maroon community. Me not understand. He mixed up. He might blend that.
Willie, Michelle, I say you're CIA in a nutshell.
So hold on. When you're trying to do box me in a yellow corner, are you trying to tell me I was born in Nyankapong, Jamaica, then call it, and anything that happened here?
Just the other day you said you didn't know nothing about the Maroon. You said you
let us
Michelle, don't talk. Nobody don't talk over nobody.
Just the other day, you said you would more give your money to the Moors than the Maroon. Even God, I still get at you at that point. Jesus. So stop it.
Michelle, hold it right there. So. Hold there, Michelle. Michelle, the man see the light. The man see the light, Michelle. If him see the light and him start claim him Maroon heritage, in cultural diversity where him from Nyankapong, none of us have the right to stop him. So,
listen,
yes.
You not stop nobody, you know, because I say I have too much to say.
No, the man can't have too much to say. Okay, hold on, Michelle.
You just are coming to this the other day.
No, but you are
just coming into
but
the Maroons the other day.
It's not just come, Michelle. He's just awake.
Okay.
But he's been a Maroon all his life, Michelle.
Listen,
yes.
Then that me I try to tell you all the way are Maroons. The whole way are Maroons.
Yes.
So guess what?
So we have a right to talk.
To identify that I'm a Maroon because I know I'm a Maroon.
So we need to shape the future that we want to see.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Michelle, what you don't realize, you see? What you don't realize, you see?
You don't know what I realize.
You're there.
One mute your mic when you're not talking.
God give us 2 ears and 1 tongue. That means we must listen twice as much as we speak. So I listen to you, give me a chance to speak. And you alone can't talk, all right? I was going to say, whether a person want to be more Kinoki, Maroon, whatever, the whole aim is we are claiming back the damage that we're doing reversion of estate. We're undoing the damage that the Pope Kingdom has done, the Catholic Kingdom, the Queen Kingdom has done by taking away our birthright and robbing us of what we had. And we are coming in the time of unveiling, revelation, where we're learning
learn these things. So whether you want to go to the moors or the this or the that, or you even want to stand on your own 2 feet, the whole idea is sovereignty and claiming back that which was stolen from you. So any road you take are the same angle me I deal with, right? If and I know people too who have double. Some of them have triple. Some have maroon and Moors and Kinoke, you name it. Them is just all about sovereignty, and that is what the things all about.
I don't understand what you mean by them half. What do you mean
like some of them issue cards. So if you want to identify with a particular brand,
I don't have to identify that way by buying a card.
No, but you have the choice. You have a choice. You have a choice. Is that choice? Is that choice? Is that choice?
So let me ask you a question. What's it? Let me ask you a question, Michelle. Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question, Michelle? What's the first thing? What's the first thing when the cops them stop you on the road? They ask you for?
Oh, young she is. Oh, young she is.
Exactly. Or some kind of identification if you're not driving.
Driver's license and your insurance, please.
Yeah, but if you're not driving, what's the first thing that they ask you for as well?
She have the corporation
your
papers,
driver's
Willie.
license.
No,
ID.
You're not driving. You're not a good listener. I'm asking you a specific question. I say if you're not driving, but the police pulled on you, what is the first thing that they ask you for?
If me not driving and me just a walk or whatever, what the police are pulled down for me?
Police can't stop you in any capacity.
Jaywalking.
Somebody
Jaywalking.
Because I know my rights. If I know I did not do anything illegal, I don't have to give my ID up, brethren.
Listen to me. A gentleman the other day was watering a garden in one white neighborhood and passed as
that is old
right?
news.
They asked him for ID. He could have showed them
the man said not show no ID.
Michelle, one at a time, no?
Guys, with due respect, me stop comparing show. You not have good listeners, no. Then talk over people. You talk about
Michelle.
I want to have a dialogue. You can't be talking while I'm talking.
She could still show her driver's license even if she was walking because it's government ID. Photo ID. It's government photo ID.
Why?
Whether it's a driver's license or a health card or anything with your photo on it.
But I think the
And your
point.
birthday.
I think the point.
So
I think
come with another thing, Willie.
I think the point. Hold on, no, Michelle, hold on, no. Michelle.
Just the other day, you
it's too early to drink rum, Michelle.
And now
Stop for a minute. Stop for a minute.
Michelle,
can't angle that in the morning here right now. Michelle have some problem which she'll bring off. I'm tell her, don't bring it on the platform. It's not good. Don't do these things. Me I call by the panel. We cannot work like that. Me have people that listen all the way from a Kong Kong town. So me can't make no mash up this. You mad? I tell you, so she stand up out of the classroom and instead of Michelle learn, she'll come in the classroom for pick fight. Me don't entertain that, Michelle. I cannot entertain Michelle and how she is dogging the show, and she know what she's doing, and I'm not gonna let Michelle let my platform become a laughing stock because Michelle don't have an agenda. Michelle have a plan. This is not how we talk. When you come on the panel, you respect every single body time and you wait till in time somebody finish, but of late, Michelle.
Next time she and Reds them on the show, they invite.
No,
but can't make them give me a headache.
No,
because they're not good listeners. They love to jump over people while people are talking.
I know.
It's like a fist fight, a verbal fight. I'm not a fight with nobody on radio.
No. I tell Michelle all the time, say, from the other day, Michelle drinks some mad puss piss, you know. I'm tell Michelle said, do not come into the conversation and the reasoning with this yang 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 yang. This is not your son. This is not. No, we not entertain that.
Even a while ago when you called me and you propose a question to me, Reds take over the conversation and start chat. Then they can't learn to just shut up little and listen.
I'm not. I am telling them just to respect the platform where you're my mother, you're my sister, you're my auntie, but don't go like you want to come call me down. Cause you can't talk. You can't talk. You can't talk to other people the way that. So don't come around here, come shout and ball up and come and say people where big people have to take instruction from my like a 9-year-old son because he have sense like all of us. So don't come. And the next thing again I said to her is you cannot make this hatred for somebody make you turn idiot. All Willie is explaining is that if a police pull you over, you have to have some form of identification. Now, if your identification is for the corporation, good begins with that. Because a lot of you take your money and run go pay $5,000 and $10,000 to get citizenship, and it's not you. All you get is just sit in sin or sit in shit. Yeah, because you don't have no rights at all. A privilege you're living under. So come off of this boat slave thing, man. And make we have good dialogue. And it hurts me when our female be the aggressor in a detrimental way. Don't do that, Michelle. I love you. Yeah, Willie, but that's where we are right now. You can finish your statement while I get other things. And this is why Richard won't come on the program, because Richard have some little pussycat around him. I tell him, say, you know, if you go out there, go roar, you know. Richard, come roar. You need to come roar. You choose to come serve the people, them. Are you run for your election until we say, yes, you have the plan and the solution for the people. And now we are questioning about the solution. You find one bag of different thing for come around the table. Come talk to the people, them, man. Don't make it. Yes.
Yeah, man. Yes, my brother. Basically, me son, me have to say already, and you know, it's just a pity that we can't have respectable, intelligent reasoning and conversation. Instead, these two ladies tend to want to go a fist fight on the program, and me not really know the fist fight or the verbal fight on the thing, because you don't get nowhere like that. Where them learn to be harder. It doesn't matter what you're saying. You listen to what other people have to say, and other people will listen to what you have to say. But the little thing where them are come with right now on the show, and you say by raising the voice is reasoning. No. You only show say you're not cuss up bad word and something. Well, I mean, I say she there cause. But when you start the little anger thing, it shows say you can't express yourself. And when you start over cussing, they say it's a feeble mind that have to use bad word to express itself. You understand? We can all express ourselves in an intelligent way. I not say sometimes you're not tempted to cut one, you know, but lad, man, you can't. You can't just man, no override nobody with your loudness. Come with reasoning. Come and let us talk. Not come with the little bullshit where they miss it. She and Reds are come with. We can't be with them. Because I know some I think that's respectable. You know, because we have to learn for a culture of listening to each other. Looking into, don't be just so anxious because you want to get across your point and you don't even listen to what the other person has said. You just want to get across the point, so you don't have time for you listen to what he might say because you have a point to get across. Let us listen to each other, let us reason, let us talk and be civilized. It's a civilized time. We need to get rid of that out of our nature. The same thing happening in Jamaica, why them so violent, because as soon as a man have nothing to say, him go back, draw him gun and kill you because you can't reason. Let us learn to reason.
It is heights of foolishness. You know that this weekend, you know, I respect, I won't call the artist name, but he has been on my panel before, William. You know, I find out that when I say something on my social media, this individual is taking it quite personal, where he's going under my post and he wants to say some very dogmatic thing. I'm telling him that I run a media. I don't. Oh Lord, they're calling me back. I hope they behave themselves. Reds calling me back with all of the links, them and you on board too. You know, I can't.
It's okay. Let admit them, man. Me can't manage them, but me just try to say it doesn't matter what them say, you know. Or it can't.
Yes, ladies
Yeah.
and Reds.
Yes.
Yeah,
See, Reds are old, and we got a new member to the
Scottish
phone call
Maroon.
now.
Scottish Maroon. We have two individual, two warrior queen on the line, but they won't have no protocols warrior. Scottish Maroon. Michelle, I talk to Michelle all the time. Said don't make them think you bring in a one position where we have to be at each other, because it's not about us. And Reds, I keep saying you have to give people time to talk when they're talking. We can't shout at each other, because when I listen back the program, I can't understand a lot of the thing because of the shouting. We agree.
Yes, we have to exercise a little diplomacy in what we're doing. Right? The whole barking thing doesn't really work out. No?
Michelle, you will get a chance to say what you have to say, but you have
sometimes I just get passionate. That's all. I'm passionate about this, and I just sometimes I can't hold my tongue because of the things that when me hear certain people Michelle, I just can't hold my tongue.
But you have to give. Listen to me. I have to give you time for express yourself. So if me give you a minute, you say, all right, me I roll it. And then you take your minute, I take my minute. But while I am talking, you can't be rebutting everything that you said to me that I am saying. It don't make sense when me I listen it. I want to learn from what we're gathering here, because this is time consuming and a lot of people listen to this thing. I never know that some high people in high places sit down and listen to us and try to make up a decision as to how to interact with us. So it is not meaningless. I love your passion and thing, but make you hold it down. Scottish Maroon, heal up the woman them now, please, and Reds in our building. Canadian office and everybody. Heal them up now.
Man, all hail to all of the empresses, because without the empress, there could not be a God. I keep reiterating and let them know that is the woman carry the triple darkness, which is the womiverse.
Yes.
And without the woman womiverse, there could not be any king. But there right now, I try to fight over the earth. So we give all adoration and praises to the woman them. You see me I say? All hail to the woman them. We shall have thee, man. We shall have thee.
Yeah.
It's amount of respect for the empresses.
Hear what Michelle is upset about. Michelle is not upset. What she's concerned about is some of the things that is taking place as far as Richard Curry, Daniel Z. Basra, Anna Kongpong Town, L.A. Lewis, all of these things, she has a concern about it, and I feel her concern. And I'm trying to assure her that within all of this distraction that's happening, we want to stay focused. And the focus part of it is getting through this without too much casualty. Over the weekend, Scottish Maroon, you see where I sent to the desk, and I think other members of the Maroon fraternity send the thing about Richard Curry being ousted. 27 charges of impeachment charges has been put against him, and they're saying that his leadership skills is not one that they can entertain at this time. You may not agree with it, I may not agree with it, but it has happened, and we are the Maroon nation that sees everything, whether we are outside of Nyankopong or we are on the ground. What's your take on that?
All right. It is clear that this is a method of the colonizers, their divide and conquer method, right? And we all have to look and see that in everything that Richard Curry is saying, you can see that he's not playing his script even properly, right? Because at one point he's saying that it's only the people in a compound town are Maroons, but yet still, he made a live this morning that he's saying that everyone is Maroon, and it doesn't matter what take place up by Moortown once they call up and he'll be there. How can you state initially that is only a compound town, is Maroon people, and then now you're saying other Maroons worldwide, outside of the diaspora and inside the diaspora is trying to fight him? So how now it is so convenient for you to use the term that other Maroons is fighting you. No, you're saying, and before you're saying that is only a compound town people is maroon. It shows that he's about divide and conquer, because if he embrace it, that everybody in the island or on the island is maroon, probably he wouldn't have been getting this fight that is here right now. But because he's there to upstir certain things, to cause division amongst the maroon, you will find that he's confusing the people. And that is what is happening. The people, them are confused right now. But as you said, high priest,
yes, sir.
We as the elders, we as the council, are part of the grand council, because him say it out time out that him didn't even know that there were so many people as council, right? So he's hearing this now, that we're not pleased with his attributes that he's displaying to the whole terminology maroon, right? It is not healthy, because instead of we're here uniting, it's like we're to divide. And that's not what we need all Korea to do, right? Unite, make we ID with people them the proper way, right? And become a government for once and for all, instead of having this division. Because him don't have a government. Everybody up at a compound town have what you call a birth certificate, which we have all the records to show that from a register with a birth certificate.
Good evening, good afternoon.
Grand Rising,
Yeah, Grand
Lady C.
Rising, Lady
Grand
C.
Rising, Lady C. UK. Scottish Maroon is finishing something before I come across to you. You can mute your phone and I'll call you. Just mute it, Mama.
Okay, now.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right. All right.
All right.
Can continue, Scottish Maroon.
Right? And once everybody up by a compound town have a birth certificate, they're a subject of the state. They're owned by the corporation. So him could have talked in him blue. The only way to prove sovereignty is if you remove yourself from the corporation jurisdiction. Right? So for the people who is worried and kind of concerned what is happening between the Emperor, Basra, and Curry, all I'm saying to the people, don't be on the outside and fueling the fire. I'm asking our people to just embrace that this is somewhat of a divide and conquer method. It's called the art of war. And let us put love into the thing. Let us embrace everyone as maroons. Because what is maroon? Maroon is the color of one's skin, an epidermis, right? And you have 63 plus shades of maroon. So even the pink man is a maroon. But them have us fighting ourselves, thinking that through this man's skin lighter, this other person's skin darker, right? Them different. No, my people. It's division. And only unity can get us together. So I'm asking our people, please, do not add fuel to this fire that is happening. Right? Let us embrace each other's maroons and cut out this skull buggery, but it's only a compound town people them are maroon. And it's only a certain extent. And it's only a certain extent.
Hold on. Lady C, always a lion them. Lady C, you're on the job. Yeah.
Lady C, always.
Yeah,
Lady C, can you pause? Can you mute your phone?
Why are you such a liar?
Lady C.
Should I? I may have to terminate and call us all back, people. But my Ambassador Michael has just joined us. So for those who are listening, we are talking about the situation that is unfolding inside a compound town, Richard Curry, and the ousting. You heard about that, and it is something that we're serious about. Let me just bring us up to scratch as far as how deep it goes. We're even trying to get one of our brothers and who is over there. As you know, we're gonna go back to that panel. The line is blazing. We're getting DJ. Who is it you're trying to get? this may be one of the Grand Rising. Sir Reed, how you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Russ. I'm doing fine, sir. I'm doing great.
My God, it's very, 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 very hectic over here. Fresh Radio Vibes. As we speak, we our desk has been blowing up this weekend. Are you following the happenings on the ground in Nyankapong, Jamaica right now?
100%, sir. It's not just the regular people who are calling. Politicians are calling. Law enforcement is calling. Journalists are calling, and I'm abreast of everything. Everyone's texting me, showing me, keeping me abreast of what's going on. Very, very familiar.
Yes.
And I'm in tune with what's going on. Very much in tune.
So let's jump off on this. We know that there was some unsettling issues brewing within the Akongpong estate, as what is being called right now. This has led to this disruption this weekend. Tell us about it as far as the ousting of Richard Curry and the 27 impeachment charges that is being laid at his doorsteps.
As far as I can remember, I got a call from a journalist in Jamaica. And forgive me, Russ, I don't want to call the station that or the newspaper that they're calling from. And they knew of my kidnapping with Richard Curry and the news, so they know basically that the Jamaican government is still investigating the case. That's the reason why I cannot say too much, because there's still an investigation going on against Richard Curry. But the situation is that I was advised not to get too much involved with anyone who wants to ask me too many questions, but they're telling me that they got some tips and some information that some of the colonels, the former colonels, were never friends, and they don't mind me calling names. We're talking people like Mr. Fern Williams. He was never friendly with Mr. Rowe. Mr. Rowe, they were never friends. They were always in competition, and they were just not friends. But because of Richard Curry, it forced them to become allies in terms of coming together in unity to do something where Richard is concerned. So you have the former colonels, the former chief, the elders of the communities. And when I say elders, it's not just the elder people in terms of age, but the ones who are well respected, more so respected, the prominent citizens. They call in every single prominent member. And for the first time in the history of a compound, it is so magnificent. They have a council, which I just learned. It's not just a council, but it's more than one council. There's a general council, there's a grand council, and there's a security council. And it's just amazing. You're talking about dozens and dozens of people who are in the council.
Mr. Reed, hold on. We have some brothers and sisters also who they've been calling all the way from Canada, the United Kingdom, and several other places. I want to patch you in because they listened to you the other day, and they're saying that this liberation that is happening for our people, there has to be some benefits out there for the people. And as I've spoken to you, I'm seeing where this is not much even about a one individual, but the progress of our nation. And I see the passion that you're bringing for it. Let me entertain this massive. I'm going to patch you in because I'm here until 2:00. But this is one of the hardest show that I think I've been doing, because 27 impeachment charges, including the kidnap that you've just mentioned, and of course seizing of private property. I'm yearning for Richard to find his way to the platform also, so we can get some overstanding, because this seems to be gathering a very large international momentum as to our reputation. So just stay beside your phone, please don't go anywhere. I'm going to get you right on the line when I get the councils ready to, okay?
Not a problem, Ross. Okay.
Money don't change we are money changer. But if you're this way, you're danger. We work hard for the paper.
What is it that the Emperor L.A. Lewis has been doing? What is that government all about? You're saying that in that government we haven't set up anything? Is that what you're saying? Or you're seeing that these other Maroons is trying to fight out the government that we're trying to form. We're trying to do what you're saying that you're not seeing being done. And this is what they are doing. And we're trying to show them that the first step, my empress, to do is to remove yourself from the jurisdiction of the corporation.
My people.
They're
My people, I was on a phone call a while ago because, you know, I want to teach a different subject today. We have Mr. Reed, who, as you heard a while ago, I think he's the individual who was kidnapped. I was trying to get it across to Reds and Michelle that we have the root cause of it. He wants to come on board, but we will have to be very civil when we're dealing with this individual, because he is not an individual that has a lot to put out just for put out stake. This is a serious escalation as we're going on. Richard Curry has been ousted, and this is the inside scoop of it, where even the council that has ousted him will be on our stage today, because we want this to reach a momentum where we can get some goodness out of it. It's not about Richard Curry, and it's not about any one individual. It's about us as a people taking our rightful place in this time. So I don't know if what Scottish Maroon was revealing to Michelle is not news to Michelle. Michelle is very much aware of our intention. And wow, there goes another call. We're going to patch him in. Of our intention. Our intention is our sovereignty. It has no bargaining chips to it, and we refuse to live any sort of fairy tale when it comes on to our children's future. We can do it. We can do better. And it's all about holding ourselves accountable. And I have cherished the thought that Michelle hold us accountable, as do we hold her accountable for her partaking and interacting with us as a people. Mr. Grand Rising, my brother. Grand Rising, how art thou?
I'm doing good, Ross. I'm doing good. Doing good, sir.
I have a wide range of cross-section of brothers and sisters on the line. I have Florida, Michelle. I have Reds from Canada. I have Willie also from Canada, and Scottish Maroon from Canada. Now, on behalf of the Maroon agenda, we do know that Scottish Maroon has taken up its appellations. The rest of us claim our rights, birthright, to the nation of Maroons, so we share a common thought. Now, I was explaining to them that the revelation of this weekend with Richard Curry being ousted under the 27 impeachment charges is something that we have to approach from a realistic point of view, because the Maroon is internationally respected, not only in the place they call Jamaica, Nyankopong, but in St. Vincent, Brazil, even in Florida, where Michelle is at, the Maroon has built their status. So we are seeing it as a nationality. Mr. Reed, bring us up to scratch. You were telling us about this sort of unveiling as to the governance as far as a Kongpong town goes under the office of Richard Curry.
What has happened, Ross? Over the weekend, basically, I've gotten over 125 calls, and they wanted me to tell my story when I was kidnapped by Richard, and I knew exactly what happened, but I'm just trying to let them know that there's not much I can say since there's an investigation going on with the Ministry of National Security. And me being an American citizen also, the State Department took it up, passed over to the FBI. A lot of people would be asking, why would the FBI get involved in this? What they don't understand is that Anu Zan Tafari El, he's an American citizen, and he was involved with Mustafa, who actually got, I think, I'm not quite certain exactly how many years the feds gave him up in Connecticut State Prison, but Anu skipped town. He was a part of the PPP scam, and Mustafa, it's all out there in the public. You can just type in Stamford man Mustafa in Connecticut. The whole thing comes up throughout the entire media world. So Anu jumped ship, and they held on to Mustafa. So because of Anu jumping ship, they are investigating him, trying to find out what's going on with him. So automatically, him kidnapping me now, trying to extort me for $2.5 million, the United States has an interest in him since he's tied to the PPP loan with Mustafa. But the problem here, Ross, is that the poor, innocent people in a compound, they are the ones who need to hear the story, not the international community, not Canada, not the United States, not Australia, not Europe. The people in a compound, they need to know exactly what is going on. Unfortunately, Richard Curry does not give them the decency or respect to have meetings with them. He gets on the line and he talks to a group of his friends and relatives overseas. That's his meetings. And the people in the compound, especially the poorer ones, the real poor ones who knows nothing of what's going on, they're the ones with the illegal guns who Richard gives to them, and they're defending Richard. But they are just victims of ignorance. They really don't know who Richard Curry is. So the elders came together and they wanted me to give them permission to speak with the FBI and to put my file in it. And finally I said, you know what? I called the government. They said, if you want to put your case in it as part of the impeachment process, we have no problem with it. The more the merrier. So that's how my case of kidnapping got involved with the 27, 28 articles of impeachment for Richard Curry. But, you know, when they were putting the articles together, I said to them, you're all wasting your time, because if you think Richard Curry is just going to get up and walk out in the middle of the night or roll over and die, you're in for a long haul. That's exactly what I said to them. It does. The entire village could come out and say, you have to go. He has no respect for the Constitution. But here's the trick, Ross. He rewrote the Constitution, which a lot of people don't know. He rewrote the Constitution, and then he's calling it the full Maroon Council. Now, this is where the ignorance comes in. You cannot be the colonel and lead the Council of Elders. The Council of Elders has to be different from you. The reason why the Council of Elders, they're the ones who have to keep the chief or his administration in check.
Yes.
If you get a dictatorship regime, who's gonna get rid of him if he decides to become somewhat of a nutcase? You need an independent body who will be able to say, listen, enough is enough. You got to go. That is what the Council of Elders for almost 300 years has been. If you go back in history, there's this is ironic, Russ. The chairman of the Council of Elders right now, his name is Mr. Mary DeRoe, wonderful gentleman. He was also a colonel. Do you know
hold on. Because last night, Colonel Curry said that he has some names to call, and it's amazing you mentioned Ferdy Rowe, and his name was called twice, saying that he is part of the axis of evil who is trying to undermine his authority, and I don't understand. Ferren Williams was also a part of his brought up, say, as far as the governance of a compound town, plus several other people around him. Why is Richard so adamant about division and not multiplying? Because I haven't seen him stretched out the olive leaf as yet.
Here's a problem, Russ. You're asking a goat to become a lion. That's ignorance. That's what you're asking. You're asking a goat to become a lion. It's ridiculous what you're doing. In other words, you're asking a snake to be an eagle. It is stupid, Russ. No disrespect to you, but biologically, psychologically, it makes no sense. Richard Curry has finally realized that the world is asking you, please release the people of a compound. Let them be free. They don't need a dictator. They don't need another totalitarian regime with draconian rules. They don't need it. What has happened is that the plan has unraveled. His plans are shredded. Anu will not be able to use the ruby stone, which he says is valued at $700+ million. It's in the public now. The scheme is over. The scam is over. Everyone knows that he promised Richard Curry $400 million out of the stone, and he will keep the rest, and they will buy the cockpit country and pretend to be defending the cockpit country from the Jamaican government. And his plans has unraveled. He offered me $2.5 million if I came on board for the plan. I'm not doing it. No one is doing it. We investigated the Ruby. The Ruby is worth only $32,000, Ross. The Ruby is worth only $32,000. So its new coin, its new coin, cryptocurrency, will go nowhere. And it's just time for them to realize that everyone is onto their scam. So he has to do this now to hold for the embarrassment and to save face. But it's not going to work. The citizens want him to go. Everyone is investigating him. Everyone wants him out.
You know that,
and he's not getting it.
He's gone to the extent where he's saying that this is nothing more than a coup d'etat, and he's saying that these people said they kept a meeting at the primary school, and he was out in the backfield playing footballs or chopping up the football field, cleaning up in some sense, and there was no such meeting. So this is all a fictitious fairy tale, and you're here to contest that is far from the truth.
I am laughing. You know why I'm laughing, Russ? I'm going to tell you why I'm laughing. This is the thing.
Yeah.
When I was kidnapped and brought to the hut, they did a recording of me. I never knew that. It's after I reported them to the FBI and the Ministry of National Security. And I know the commissioner is not going to like me saying this, but the person who is handling the case is Deputy Commissioner Fitz Bailey. I know he's not going to like that. Yeah, but I have to tell, it's time the truth comes out. The person who is handling the case, and it's not just a case, it's cases. Cases. A young lady called me along with some people the other day. Her name is Sharice. Her daddy, Minakal Stevenson, he was murdered and killed. His eyes were gouged out, his tongue was cut off, his throat was slit, he was stabbed multiple times. Simply because the land that Richard Curry wanted to go plant marijuana, they stood up and said, you can't get it. You cannot get it.
Hold on. Because I did see on the 27 impeachment charges, murder. Is this what you're referring to? That because the acquiring of lands by Richard Curry was necessary, someone was murdered to attain the land?
That is correct. And here's where the joke comes in. You remember that pastor who was known as Kevin Clark?
Kevin Clark.
I'm not sure if you followed that story.
Kevin Clark or Kevin Smith?
Let me tell you who he is. It's okay. Well, I'm not familiar with him too much, but he died, and I think he killed some of his parishioners. And the police had to go there.
Kevin Smith is the name on file.
Yeah. Okay, Kevin Smith. Richard Curry was with him the night before he went over to Quick Step where Mr. Stevenson was killed. Reason being, I don't believe...
Hold on. These allegations are is there tangible materials? Because I've heard about that visit by Richard Curry to Kevin's headquarters, but I've never seen the tape surface. But we have the tape with Kevin calling his name. Continue, sir. My bad. We have the tape.
Yeah, so what it is that it is time. And I know the FBI, including the Jamaica law enforcement, which is the case being led by Mr. Fitzbailey, they're not going to be very happy with me. But the fact is, Russ, I'm talking with you right now. Everyone has had enough. When you mention the people who is calling, what you need to do, Russ, is to find out from the compounders, who are these people? You're talking to one of the most reputable person in the entire world, Miss Vivienne Cornish. Do you know what she has in her hand, Russ? She has the original treaty that Kojo and everyone signed almost 300 years ago, laminated, hidden away. She's the person who is holding it.
Hold on. So you know that there's a lot of rules and regulation that is being attached to this treaty that Colonel Richard Curry is using as an authority document, and you're saying that it is not in his position but in someone else's position.
No, that is correct, and I'll call the lady's name. Her name is Vivienne Cornish. She's also part of the Grand Council, and she's also on what you call the General Council. She's the most respected female in Jamaica where the Maroons are concerned. These are the things that the public does not know.
And is she having dialogues or conversation with Richard office, or is that a relationship that needs some form of working on?
Working on, sir. Nobody wants to have a dialogue with Mr. Curry. Those days are done and gone. The days when they would have a dialogue with him, he never wanted to speak with anyone. He never wanted to. He never did. Now that he's leaving office in the most embarrassing way, he's trying to reach out to everyone. Yesterday, someone called and said, Mr. Richard Curry is calling on the Jamaica Defense Force, the military, to come to his aid. And I had to say to them, you cannot just call on the military to come to your aid. You have to go through the police to come to your aid. It's just protocol. The military was not designed to do personal aid to people. It's to defend the country. That's the job of the police. But here's the irony, Ras. The police, Richard Curry has disrespected them in so many ways, shape and form. It's just embarrassing for them. You have seen videos where he's chasing them from the land. You know who those men were? Those men were under what you call a special operation, narcotics investigation, just doing their job. And they just happened to crawl up on Maroon land and they were chased off the land by Richard Curry. Now, when I spoke with Richard Curry, I said to him, Mr. Curry, what you should have done, it's law enforcement. Just approach them and say, hi, good afternoon, I'm the chief. How are you? I see you're on our land. Is there something I can help you with? Is there something we can do for you? That's diplomacy. That's what you do. You don't swing your gun around your back and start intimidating law enforcement, running them off your land. It just, there's no sense of diplomacy with them.
All right, hold that thought, because my panel is silent and this is one of the most vocal panel. We'll call you Maroon, brother, for right now, but you are of course very important when it comes on to this impeachment. The very fact that they have attached the kidnapping that you have pointed out very clearly took place in the Kinder Tree, Kongpong town, and you're passionate about what's going on. Yo, Scottish Maroon or Willie, this is Mr. Reed. Michelle, you hear how the reputation of Richard Curry is being put forward. Anyone wants to ask a question or get Scottish Maroon?
Well, truthfully speaking, everything the man saying is on point, and there's nothing to add or to take away. The truth is just the truth.
I know Reds is not feeling that. Reds and Michelle, the ladies go crazy over Richard Curry Richard Curry, and they don't really believe.
Stop dissing him like that.
Do you believe any of that story, Reds? Because this is the victim that I'm telling you about, that he was alleged that he has been kidnapped. The man is here telling him story. Don't you believe it now?
It's God, so come sometime me and you can take a cup of tea together.
Yeah.
No, all you come to say now.
Hold on, let me hear Michelle. Hold on, let me hear Michelle.
Over Richard Curry.
I don't mean it in that sense. I don't mean it in a physical sense.
Okay.
I mean from his governmental approach, you have been impressed by him.
No, no one said I was impressed.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying is that we all need to get it together, because the whole honor unite begin.
So you hear the man said a while ago that he was kidnapped, and you're still telling us to get it together?
Well, listen, I don't know who this man is.
This is Mr. Reed. He came what?
I don't know.
Hold on, Ross. Hold on. She has a point. No, Ross, no, don't do that.
Hold on,
be fair to her.
Yeah, let's find out if he's a mole. All right, let's say Mr. Reed, she just show something that a mole, as what Richard Curry said last night. Hold on.
She's absolutely right. She's absolutely right. You have to give her credit on that. She's absolutely right. Remember, she's giving you her opinion, so we can't beat her up on that.
No.
You can't. You have to let her speak. It's a fact. What's her name, Michelle?
Yes.
Michelle, that's my name, yes.
Hi, Michelle. My name is Mr. Reed, and I got involved in all of this. It's a very, very simple process. My great-grandfather, Eric Powell, he was born in a compound, and when I learned about my history, I just got so excited. So what I did, I started an organization. The organization was called the Jamaica International Development Society. What it did, basically, since I'm in media, I own a media company called Reed Media Group, located in Florida. So what I did, since I know so many people I made a lot of phone calls and said, listen, great news. My great-grandparents, Eric Powers, they're from a compound. I'm a Maroon. It's just fascinating to learn this. Then I met this wonderful young lady also. Her name is Miss Lorna Anderson. She's from a compound. Her grandmother got the Order of Distinction for the person who started the development in a compound. And her mother, Miss Anderson, was the first teacher who opened the first school in a compound that taught everybody, including Richard Curry's father. Now, we got together and we formed an organization called the Jamaica International Development Society. We named it JMIS. That's what we named it. So what our job was to do, collect money from the Red Cross, from the United Nations. In other words, we're a charity organization. We're going to collect funds, bring to Jamaica, give to the Maroons in the compound for development. Simply, that's all it was. Nothing more. Now, I got to know Richard Curry. They called me. I got to know Anu. They called me. Since I'm in the media, I make decent money from advertising and so forth. I start doing funding. I'm the first person in the history of a compound to go there with my wife. We started a chess club, taught them to play chess. That's almost 2 years ago when Richie actually became the chief. It was a beautiful moment. Spent thousands of dollars to start the chess club. It was great. Then I started to realize there's a lot of development that is needed there. So I came back, started to raise funds to give to them. What I found out when Anu called me was that he did not want me to give the funds to the people in a compound. He wants me to put the money in a special account that is run by Richard Curry. I made it very clear to him, I cannot do that. I will not do that. That's where the friendship started actually going downhill. Now, I came across an entity and they said, Mr. Reed, what you're doing, we love. We want to donate some money. I said, okay, but this is what they said. I don't want to donate the funds just to Richard Curry. I want to donate the funds to all the Maroon chiefs in Jamaica. So what I did, I spoke to my partner, Miss Lorna Anderson. We got together. We got in touch with the Maroon chief down in Morton, Mr. Sterling Wallace. We got in touch with Mr. Lati Badir. We got in touch with Mr. Grizzle. All the other chief, and they all agreed to come to a dinner in a compound so we can talk about the good news, how the money is going to be distributed, and all that good stuff. Anu called me and he says, between you and I, confidentiality, I have this stone. This stone, I want you to come on board. It's worth $700 and something million. I was excited, very excited. He says, but what you have to do is to give me $1.5 million to come on board as what they call a benefactor, and we can do business together. We can buy land, build houses, rent it for tourism. I heard him. It sounds very nice. No, but he said to me, the funds you're going to get, you have to put it into Richard Curry account because he's going to be the premier chief. And all the other chiefs are just going to be colonel. He's a paramount. I listen. I talk about it. Talk with Miss Anderson. She's a Christian person. She just doesn't like the concept at all. But this is where it gets crazy. They called me one day and said, get on your satellite phone. We have to talk in privacy. Anu then Tafari El got on the phone. Richard Curry got on the phone. Alex Moore Minot got on the phone. A couple women were there. Other people were there. And they told me that in order for Richard to reign supreme as the paramount chief, he has to take out one individual. His name is Chief Sterling Wallace. Never met him. I don't know who the man is. I asked him to explain it. He said it has to be confidential. It's a plan that they're working on. It has to be top secret. He introduced me to a young lady. Her name is Hope. He said she's the first descendant of Nanny, which makes no goddamn sense. Nanny cannot have a first descendant alive today who should be at least 280 years old. So I went along with it. The concept is they're going to go to Moortown with a busload of his people. They're going to take Mr. Sterling, ransom, get him out. They're going to have an election. They're going to put Hope in, and she'll beat. I never liked it. When I hung up, I spoke to my wife about it. She said that it's criminal. Let Mr. Sterling know. I felt like I'm going to betray Richard. So what I did, I listened to my wife. I called Mr. Sterling Wallace. I said, Mr. Sterling Wallace, I came off of a meeting a couple of days ago. I don't like it. I'm going to put you on queue. There is a coup, a plan for Richard Curry to come down into your town, and he's going to take you and he's going to put you out there, and this young lady named Hope will become the next chief. He says, Mr. Reed, what you're saying is a bunch of lies. It makes no sense. Why would Richard Curry want to come down here in Moortown and kick me out? I said to him, because he wants the land to do personal thing and this guy named Anu. He said, it's impossible. It cannot happen. I said, okay, tell me who is Hope. I've never heard of her. He explained to me who she is. And I said to him, I've got the conversation here. I gave it to him. He was shocked. He went ahead. He called the authority. They did an investigation. They kept it quiet. And the day of the election, Richard Curry and his men were coming down. The military came out along with the police, and they stopped him. It made international headlines.
No, hold on,
Wallace.
Mr. Reed, because I like all of that. Because last night, I think what some of our ministers can attest to it. Richard said that he was actually home having some Blue Mountain coffee and reading the paper about him being blocked from the community. He said that. So all of these things that he's saying is fabricated lie. The school is a fabricated lie. The blocking of him and Mark Myrie that was inside the paper is a fabricated lie.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Mr. Mark Myrie was with him the day of the takeover of Moortown too. That is, I didn't want to call his name. He was there too.
So my whole take is this: Richard is building up a sentiment that people are out to get him because he's doing good governance. But as far as we're hearing right now, the diplomacy within the government or within the colonization, or because he's not a government, I have to correct myself in this sense. In his interaction with people like yourself, it is not of a civil reasoning core. That's what you're letting us know, that he's aggressive towards this because he has a personal agenda and not the agenda of the Maroons.
Well, stop and think about this, Ross. What I just said to you about me thwarting the entire thing with the takeover of Mr. Sterling. Mr. Sterling called me after that, and he was so thankful. And the reason why I'm telling you this is what's going to lead to the kidnapping after dinner. Mr. Sterling called me and he says, Mr. Reed, I want to tell you, thank you very much, sir. When you get off here, call Mr. Sterling. He'll tell you the rest of the story. He says, thank you very much, Mr. Reed. I thank you. I said, I'm a Maroon brother. What he's doing is wrong. But I never knew this would happen. I still continue with the dinner. I said, Mr. Sterling, will you be coming to the dinner? I'll be coming to the dinner. Now, the dinner was slated for Saturday afternoon. I think it's sometime in April. I booked my ticket, got my first class ticket, my jacket together. Miss Anderson got everything together. We spent thousands of dollars, Ross. Thousands of dollars to put on this nice, elaborate dinner. All the chiefs are going to be there. Got off the plane, got there, got to my place where I'm staying, knock on the bathroom door. The chief needs to see you. Explained to them that I can't. He said the chief needs to see you. He wants to invite you to his house to have a talk with you and then escort you to the dinner. You have heard this story before. I got into the car. I'm just, got to the hut. As I got there, I started to be roughed up.
He said that he brought you to the most treasured spot in our legacy, the Kinder Tree.
There's two things to that. One is true and one is a lie. Yes.
So
the Kinder Hut is a very treasured.
You did go to the Kinder Tree.
Well, that's what I'm saying to you. Yeah. One is a lie and one is true. The truth is, it is the most remarkable historical place, which is true.
Yes.
Number two is the lie. I never went there. I was taken there. Why would I go to Jamaica to go in a place, a hut, to sit and talk and miss the dinner? What am I still? I booked $1,000 first class ticket to go to a dinner, then miss the dinner. Why would I do that? Why would I miss the very own dinner?
Hold that thought again, because as you stated a while ago, this involves some hefty cash for our people, and one of the cornerstone that Richard is banking on is that he's actually here to save our people from losing this amount of money. And he has laid out at your feet that you are working on behalf of the people who are killing the fishes. They say Windelco, you're a part of Windelco. Are you a part of, in any way, shape, or form, interacting with the bauxite companies in Nyankopong?
You have to explain to me who Delco is. I have no idea who they are.
Will Delco is that nasty company that poisoned the Royal Kobe the other day and destroyed our waterway. Yes.
I'm not too familiar with the poisoning or the waterway. Will Delco?
The Royal Kobe River was poisoned the other day. I just wanted anyone here on the live can confirm what would that took place, because I don't want to seem like I'm not getting my facts straight. Anyone can confirm that they saw that?
Yes, it was alleged by Mr. Curry that you have ties with this company. Alleged.
He want to verify that the poisoning of the river actually took place. He didn't get it on his
man. Yes. The bauxite was leaking over into the river.
There was a video that was circulating that went viral about this poisoning of the water, which, like I said some time ago, if y'all read the Economic Hitman, this is exactly how they go about.
All right, well, hold that thought.
River.
All right, but hold that thought. Back to Mr. Reed. So there has been confirmation that there has been a poisoning of the water. Now, the question that Richard Curry is putting out there, because he said that outside forces, and I think he has to fully understand that we who are considered to be outside forces living not in Nyankopong have as much say to the appellation of Maroon as anyone in a compound town, because Akongpong was a man. He was General Akongpong. But to you now, Minister Reed, you're saying that there is no attachment to any bauxite company operating in the place called Jamaica right now on your side.
The only thing I know of is my business called Read Media Group, and my wife and 4 kids, and that's it. I have no idea who Dalco is. If I'm even pronouncing it right, I have no clue.
Okay.
I have no idea. And the best thing to do too is to call them and just simply ask them, is Mr. Reed from Florida employed by you or work for you, or can you show me some picture? Just ask them. I can't answer that one, Russ. I don't even know where that is coming from. I've never heard of them, to be honest with you. I have no idea.
The tape, because, as you said a while ago, Richard will not be the person who roll over and walk away. He's putting up some good rebuttals, and he has people who is listening who figure more or less that because of his youthfulness and his working within certain protocol, we are against him. But we're telling him that we're not against Richard Curry. When we see Richard Curry walking around with spear paint, marking borders and lines, that is a no-no for us. The Corporation of Jamaica has no authority over our sovereign land. And any colonel, any chief, any nobleman, any one of the people who put up themselves to serve on, are going to take with our picnic legacy, where our ancestors fight for and give the corporation. You're an enemy.
Hold on. They are in a way, the people that are doing the bauxite mining right next to where the compound is, they're digging for that dirt that causes cancer, that's killing the plants in that area. And if the air gets even any further, it goes into people that are sick, that have breathing issues already, and it's causing them to die and giving people cancer and killing the fish in the water. It's getting into the water stream. So when that water stream goes down into the other water streams, and then Jamaica will be totally fucked.
Yeah, but
that is true.
There'll be nothing left.
Yeah, but
that is true, and that's an environment
needs to stop. I just found out it's been going on for 40 years. I didn't even know it.
All right, Red.
That is correct. She's absolutely right, Ross. She's absolutely right.
Yeah,
she's absolutely right.
Well, as I said, the passion part to what Red, we have to hold on it. But the seriousness we're saying is that
it's true though. They need to get them out of there.
Yeah, but we cannot.
Get them out of there. Tell them to go to their
Reds.
And dig for the same dirt.
Yeah, but Reds.
They got the same dirt everywhere. It's not fair.
All right.
Jamaica's only an island.
All right, I understand that. But what we're getting at today is the authority of the Jamaica Corporation is running through the indigenous rights of our people. People, we do not have a problem with Richard Curry. We do not have a problem with no individual. We have a problem with a corporation called Jamaica that insists on labeling our people as peasants and taking away their rights and giving them privileges. The cockpit country is what now in this 2022, all people is talking about cockpit country, cockpit country. It is not a
I don't think putting tours, I don't think putting resorts in the compound country is a good thing. I don't think it's a good thing at all. I think if anybody wanted to help the Maroons, just send them money that they can build what they need to get built on their own land to survive. Just, just regular things. They don't need too much.
It's not as easy as that.
It's not as easy.
They need running water coming in their homes.
It's not as easy as that.
They need regular homes. They need that kind of stuff. They don't
Russ,
need
that's a
anybody going in
topic.
there, tourists making money off
That's
their
a
land.
topic.
For a different
That's a topic for another day. That's a topic for
Reds. As I said, we have 27 impeachment charges, and that's what
there was a GoFundMe. Believe me, I would be sharing
Reds.
I would
Stop
definitely
it. Reds.
donate
We
money to
don't
help.
Reds. We're not doing it like that, Mama. I don't know one individual. We are trying to solve this problem because here we have is not money is our problem. Mr. Reed is telling us millions of dollars he would have access to give to our people, so project could be going through. But we are here.
He was talking about building resorts and stuff in that.
No,
land.
he wasn't. He wasn't talking about building resorts.
He didn't say that. He didn't say anything about that.
No, I have no idea what that's all about.
I don't know. We didn't know, Reds. That's out of it.
But Reds, you cannot just pick up money and just send because it's not. No one is together. Everyone is separated apart. So there's no one that you can trust to say, okay, if you get this money to them, they're going to do the project and do whatever it's supposed to be done for the Maroon community. There's no one that can be trusted. To me, everyone has their agenda and everyone has a personal agenda. It's not the agenda to really say, help the community and do what is what.
So
that's just it.
So
okay,
hold
well,
on.
is there any businesses that we can send the money to for them to drop off the materials and make it happen?
Trust no business either because there's no one that
Hold on, people. It's not, and that's why we have Mr. Reed here, people, and he's just explained to Michelle how we got here on Fresh Radio Vibes and why his plight is showing that we have a situation to deal with. It is not that we don't have people trusting on the ground. It is that some of us are still not up the conclusion that what sovereignty means. Sovereignty does not give
nothing to do with it. It has nothing to do with it, Rascal Eyes.
Why? Why not nothing? Why not nothing to do with it? Why not nothing to do with it?
Sensible people mean what? Knows what sovereignty means.
But you're not. If you're not exercising it, it not makes sense, Michelle.
Listen, how do you exercise it?
By being independent, by showing that you have control over your resources from a collective point of view and not just an individual point of view. Sovereignty for a nation. Mr. Reed went as far as to gather all of the colonels together, said that we're going to have a dinner, and if it's what he's putting out that Richard kidnap him and carry him to the kinder tree to find out.
Saying Richard alone. It's the whole people.
But it's his entourage that did this to him.
May I say something?
Sir, Mr. Reed, it was Richard that did it. Hold on, people. Because we're not going to Willie are going to bring in Michelle. But Mr. Reed, Michelle is still of the belief that this is not a doing of Richard.
That's not what you heard me say. That is not what you
Well, what are you saying? What are you saying? What are you saying?
You always put words in people's mouths.
What are you saying? Well, what are you saying then? What are you saying?
What I'm saying is it's not all about Richard Curry.
This is the victim of Richard Curry. This is the victim. We're not going anywhere else. Nobody else did anything to the man except Richard Curry. He called his name. So why can't you accept that?
Because I don't know, I just accept things like that.
But if you get raped and you tell the police say somebody rape you, yes.
You hear me sit and I listen to the man that was speaking. I listen and me just come to my conclusion.
Then what is that conclusion?
What how I feel is that everyone is in this for their own personal gain.
Including Mr. Reed, right?
I don't know Mr. Reed from
But
Adam.
you say everyone, Michelle, when you're talking on the platform, be specific, mama. Don't beat around the bush.
Everybody. Okay?
I know we kidnapped Mr. Reed. We did not kidnap Mr. Reed. And Mr. Reed was kidnapped by Richard Curry. That's what we're establishing.
All right, my brothers and sisters.
Wow.
Michelle.
Wow.
Michelle.
Wow.
I'm listening.
Please. This is not how we solve problem, accusing each and every one that they're in for a game. Because if I should ask you, Michelle, what can you really put to the table and let us do this? We're asking our brothers and sisters to come together. Hold a minute, Michelle. You notice how long I stay quiet? We're asking our brothers and sisters to come together, and everyone with a level of intelligence that can have an input to see to it that clarity is in it for the people. That is all we're asking each and every one of us to do. This little craziness, ludicrous, this little confusion, spirit of Confucius that has been happening. You notice the only thing you can say about the Nyankopong Maroon government that is formed to represent every single Maroon in the North America. You notice and I mix up into it and we're trying to form something that there can be clarity that the people them is saying that they want. The clarity that the people them is saying that they want. And people is wasting time paying attention to the divide and conquer method that these colonizers are using, the art of war, to keep us fighting on what doesn't matter. Because nothing that we're really talking about right now matters than the fact that Mr. Reed was kidnapped. He's what you call the crown witness. It happened to him, and he might tell it because Richard Curry out there giving the narrative that Mr. Reed is the corruption. Now the man is here speaking, defending himself, which it is part of his unalienable rights to defend himself. And it's like when he still try to go around the fact that this element, when named Richard Curry, which is there to divide and conquer the people and causing us to be here now, having this discussion that has nothing to do with saving our people.
Nothing.
My brothers and sisters, I'm telling you, Rasha Tabasa.
Willie.
The ancestors them I get angry.
Yeah. May I say this, Russ? The gentleman who just spoke. I never got his name. I never got his name. Scottish. Mr. Scottish or Scottish?
Scottish.
I mean his name.
Oh, his appellation. That's his appellation. Andrew is his name.
Okay, Mr. Andrew, I just want to say to you, what you said just a while ago, sir, is so well commended. You have no idea. I've got a couple of people around me here, about 15 people listening to the conversation. And when you started speaking, they all start nodding their head. And I'm going to ask you a favor. Before I get off the phone, I want you to give your information to Mr. Mr. Raz.
Yeah, we have.
And we would like to have a conversation with you. And I'll tell you why. The young lady who said everyone has an agenda, she's absolutely right. There's nothing wrong with what she says. Everyone has an agenda. The question is your agenda positive or negative? Is it good or evil? That's the question. There's nothing wrong with having an agenda. My agenda when I found out that I was a Maroon was to do everything in my power to keep the heritage alive. It has to be kept alive. It's a beautiful heritage. When I picked up thousands of dollars to start that chess club, I started it. I bought the game. I'm a chess expert. I became a teacher for them. I put up the prize money, everything. I was not looking for anything. It's just a passion for chess, and I just wanted my people to learn it, and the young people, they loved it. And I left. I walked away from it. That's my agenda, to give them the chess game for them to learn and intellectualize their mind. Now, what the young lady there who's saying that she doesn't know me, no one knows me. We all know each other in our own selves. I've never met her, so she's absolutely right. But what we're not doing from an intelligent point of view is try to figure out what is the purpose and reason for things. Why was I in Jamaica? To do the chess club. Why was I in Jamaica? To do the dinner. Why do I want to do the dinner? Because I have entities who are willing to give money to the Maroons to do what they want to do. There are people out there, Ross. They're kind, nice, decent people out there. Not everyone's a criminal. There are people who want to donate money, give money just because they want to help other people. It's just a fact of life. Not everyone has an evil agenda. Not everyone. Yes. You know, my wife and I, we picked up ourselves. We took our own money. We started the chess club. That's our agenda, to start a chess club to brighten the minds of the young people. Now, I was the one who Richard Curry kidnapped. Not the entire village of a compound kidnapped me. Half of them didn't know what was going on. They had no clue. It was Richard Curry and Anu and his goons who kidnapped me, held me there, intimidated me, interrogated me, and told me I need to put $2.5 million in Richard Curry's account. If not, I'm not going to leave out here. I had to make that promise. When I came back, I told the FBI, I told the government, and that's it. So this young lady named Michelle, I don't understand her intellectuality or why she's the way she is, but I'm just telling you what is, and that's what it is. There's nothing more in it for me. That's just exactly what it is. Now, have I given up the fight? No. Once Richard Curry is gone, I'm still going to go back to the United Nations. I'm going to go back to UNESCO. I'm going to go back to the charitable organization, beg money and send money there. Start all over again. I'm not going to give up. And that's my agenda. And it's a good one. It's not an evil one.
Oh,
okay, good.
That's all I have to say, Ross.
Oh, yeah, Michelle.
That's good.
Michelle, you understand the agenda?
I understand him agenda and more power to him, and that is good.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm trying to say is that there is the trust. We have lost the trust. I know I have.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because Daniel Boswell play a part into this too. All of this, because he came out. He was the one who spoke about Mr. Reed as well. He was the one that came out.
He was the one who actually had to run for his life, as though we have it on tape here or something of the sort. Yes.
Sorry.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, Excellency. Today's his birthday too, I have to say for.
Well, I can't get in a word.
Hold on, let Michelle clear the slate first. So she have some things on her plate she want to scrape off.
Mr. Reed, I have nothing against you because, like I said, we only know each other via social media. All what you're saying sounds good, and I applaud you if that is really your agenda. But what I'm saying, with my experience, I have experienced that the majority of people on this platform, okay, and who not on the platform right now, is about something else. I don't see them really together and making things happen. Like I said to Rascalites, listen, financially, I probably can't come in financially, and I probably could. But until I see some positiveness and some movement making, some action making, I can probably contribute in other ways. It don't have to be money. It can be other ways that I can contribute. But until me see some kind of action going, that's the only time I would say I will go ahead and go through and help and do certain things. But for right now, all I'm seeing is something. I don't see.
I respect.
What I'm saying is that. Why isn't it that, listen, we're all old folks. We don't know how old you guys are, but we know I am up in my age.
Yes.
Okay? And certain of us is already set in our ways.
Yeah.
Why isn't it that I see you guys doing, I've been asking you this, a group, some kind of program for the young people, them to say, teach them this way, learn them culture, teach them their cultures and stuff like that. There's no programs.
All right, Michelle, as we said to Red a while ago, we have several hours here every single day. And, as Mr. Reed pointed out a while ago, as far as programming go, I think chess is an excellent mind game that needs to be taught to our youth. But and as far as the point as to you not seeing progress, that I said is for a different conversation. What we're getting at today is the leadership in a Kongpong town has been hit by 27 charges, impeachment charges. Willie, you have something pertaining to what Mr. Reed said. I hope the frame of mind hasn't gone out of your cranium.
They can't matter for no long discussion, man.
Yeah,
man. You know what me I say? Because by the time we come around to me, man, when me have to say steal.
Write it up. Yeah.
No, I didn't say forget. I said steal because anyway, I don't like to talk over people. When they're on the floor, they have the floor, and they must learn to use the floor and yield the floor. Right? That's how decent people conduct a discussion, and they just dominate and jump in and cut off people. Anyway, get to the point. Here's my point. She earlier said sovereignty has nothing to do with this. And I wanted to correct her and say sovereignty have everything to do with what we are about on this land. When you realize the fraud that has taken place on our behalf, when they are going to turn us into basically seeing us as lost, dead at sea, imbecile, unable to conduct your own affairs. Therefore, you need an attorney for everything. Therefore, you need every step of the way. You need somebody to act on your behalf. So because you have no control. You're not competent. You have not proven yourself competent. If Michelle could do some research, I can help her on what the transaction that has taken place in history that caused one set of people called the Crown that says we and the Pope that says we own the land, everything that is on the land, and even the souls, everybody. We own you. And if you don't move yourself out of that is why is it, and where's the proof? Your birth certificate, your licenses, your marriage license, your everything that you are registered, your property, you don't own it, you rent it, you're a tenant on your own damn land. So when you talk about sovereignty, you're moving yourself away from what they have identified you with a name, and your name is saying that you are a person, which is a corporation or organization. Go and research those things, Michelle. So sovereignty is taking back the reversion of a state, that which they have stolen from you. You are claiming yourself. You're saying, I'm not lost. I'm not dead at sea. I'm a living human, breathing human being. Don't talk about sovereignty is not anything. Sovereignty is everything to what we are doing. And until you understand that concept, that we all need to take back our own identity, determine who we are, not let the government, not let the Pope, not let the Queen and the Crown determine who we are. Until we understand that concept, we'll forever justify the bullshit that they have done in our name and make us into not more than slave to the corporation. But don't talk.
Well said. Well said. Well said. Well said. Well said. Well said.
Michelle is coming through. Michelle is coming through.
What I want to ask Willie. Okay, so you turned in your driver's license. You turned in your driver's license. Am I correct?
Okay, so let me answer you. Everything is a process. You don't just jump and do a thing without understanding the process. I am in the process. I have taken the first step. There are several steps that you have to take to reclaim.
What is the first step that you took?
I'm speaking myself. Can you just allow me to finish? I'll ask a question when I'm finished making my statement, please. What I'm saying is everything takes a process, right? You don't just get up and overnight. You think you know it all and that. No, there are processes and there's a learning curve that we all have to go through. Right now, I am on that track. And it gets deeper and deeper and better and better. And the thing is becoming clearer and clearer to me. And I'm aligning myself with like-minded people who have been there, done that, and have done it, and asking experienced people, teach me, show me, how do I do this? How do I do that? Because there's a know-how, because it's a maze. And if you have to ask somebody who has been through the maze and navigate and say, yes, I did it. So that you learn from that person. So I am in the process. I've made my first step, and there's still some way to go. I hope I've answered your question.
Let me just ask you, what was your first step? Probably you want to learn it.
Michelle, let me give me number now. Lord God, let me give you number to continue the relationship here.
No, but this has a lot to do with what we're discussing.
I know.
Okay, what was your first step? Let me just ask him that.
Yeah, Willie, quick, Willie. What was
the
the
first step? Your first step is to realize what has happened. So you get the education and you understand what has happened. The second step after you understand it, you make a decision to take away yourself out of that situation. You get your papers, you get your IDs, and you study it, and you know what next. You continue to dig deep because it's called Islam. I mean, not religious, nothing. I mean, I, self, law, and master. In other words, you become master of your own destiny, master of your own life, and and set that for your offspring. And you begin.
You felt this way already. Why did you even go for a driver's license?
You turned in your marriage license as well. You're doing.
Can you hold on, people.
All right, can I say something, please? Because this is not. Hello, can I just interject? This is not really a classroom.
No, not for
right.
This.
This is not a classroom, and that is why we said when you get your documents to reclaim back your sovereignty and start attending the classes, you will learn all of this that you're asking now. And my friend Michelle, if you want to know what Brother Willie just talked about, please go and buy a book, Meet Your Strawman. Okay? And you will probably get all the answers that you're searching for.
Done that years ago.
All right, then.
Okay,
all right.
So if you are aware, Michelle, you're going to be wasting the time like
you're
this.
wasting my time now, because that's what I want to say now. I am not here to play who's smarter than who. Mr. Reed, with all of this that you're caught up in now, Mr. Reed, because I guess the money to process to our people has been put on the back burner because there's no channel of diplomacy that is happening. And I know that my brothers and sisters in a compound would do very well with the water project. Do you know about this Caucasian girl that came about under the Richard Curry video line vowing that she was there to do some oral water draining assessment program? Do you know anything about her?
I spoke to her in privacy a couple of times.
Who is she?
She came down on a green mission. You know, one of those.
From where? Who sent her? Because Richard only give us a first name. I think it's Christine or something. We want to know who are these people who love our people.
Here's the thing, Russ. And
yeah.
I'm holding my head here. I'm listening to your panel.
Yes.
I'm listening to your panel. And the first gentleman who spoke, and that's why I said to you, I'd really love to have a chat with him later on, sometimes in the future, because he spewed a lot of intelligence just a while ago, and I love that. You know, when I hear intelligent people talk, I want to speak with them. When I hear an intelligent people open their mouth, I just stay quiet because there's nothing to learn or move ahead with or motivate you. It's just a fact of life, and that's just who I am.
Yeah.
I want to ask you this, and I want to kind of put your hand to the fire where you can make a promise. You have a platform there. What I would like to do as an agenda, because I'm going to reform that organization, the charter organization. And when I was in the compound, I realized the poor souls that needed water. Could we come together in a couple of months from now and have an international telethon where we can raise maybe $1 million and just make the best water system in a compound? I want to see if I can just hold your hand to the fire. I want to hold your hand to the fire, Ross. And if you say no, then I respect it. If you say yes, I respect that.
The thing about doing a marathon, so long as it has you are talking to a government, Mr. Reed. This is not a singular person, Rascadites. I have a government well-oiled machine led by an individual that have been kicking in a lot of these doors that these aristocratic people snub their nose at. And the prestige of Nyankopong, the sovereign Maroon global nation territories has stand its time where we are not only looking out for the community, but from a global perspective. So I think we're on the right platform to do these kind of initiation to make our people life much more better. I am all for it.
Yes, sir.
Out the blueprint.
Good, thank you.
Yeah.
We have to help our brothers and sisters. We have to work as one to help our brothers and sisters.
May I say something?
Yes, Willie.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what's the brother name. What's your name again?
Mr. Reed.
Mr. Reed.
Yes, sir.
You have a very good motive, and I've always seen that these people need help. But one of the things that before we even venture onto a telethon to collect money, we have to have an established
structure
system there of people with your structure, system, and proper people who are elected with integrity and they have proven themselves over the years to be people of integrity. You see, money is not something we can just trust anybody with, my brother. It's like you put themselves. Some of these money, money we here have been going to these places and they just disappear. So we can't just jump for money and do it.
I am here smiling. Reason B, I would never venture on a venture if it's not set up in the proper way.
Yep.
That's said. It has to be set up the proper way. So that's elementary. We're talking about who to trust and not to trust. Why would we put someone to do something we don't trust? Of course, we have to make it on the machinery perfect first. Of course.
Yeah, but
once that's done, then we move ahead.
Yeah, but one of the concerns. Go ahead, really.
The reason I said that is, well, maybe you know the people, but I am not aware of anyone that have proven. So if you can bring to the fore these people, let us know about them, then I would be comfortable.
When you say these people, what are you referring to? You're referring to...
I said these people. No, he says that he would not do that venture if he didn't have the people to do it, who have integrity, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
For example, right now, Willie, I can say this to you right now, Willie. I would put trust in Mr. Ross G right now. He's the moderator. He hosts the program. I would put trust in him. He would be one of them who would be on the board of the financial panel to make sure the money is monitored correctly. There are decent people out there. There are trustworthy people out there.
What I think is one of our concerns, and that's why when I saw Richard Curry last night reading out a list of names of brothers and sisters, we are looking at 400 years or more of injustice, And I believe that some of us are so small-minded where 500 seems like a lot of money, $1,000 seems like a lot of money.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
You can have a million piece of paper, mark $1. You must know the difference between wealth and riches. The Maroons are wealthy. The earth that we're walking on is a resource. And when we say we want to help our brothers and sisters, I don't mean from a Westminster point of view where we give them an envelope with $5,000 for 4 years. Because that is buffoonery. That is foolishness. Our people need proper infrastructure. And until we claim our sovereignty and give back these fraudulent birth papers and driver's license that we're walking around claiming appellation that we have nothing to do with, we'll forever be trapped in this fairy tale. We're here today because we are from a country or a territory inside from planet Earth that is part of a corporation that does not give us any benefits. The little benefits that we're getting right now is useless to kill ourselves for. So when it comes down to us trusting each other, it's not about trusting an individual. It's about trusting a structure that have been proven, tested. What is happening in a compound town is another test going on. Because no pussycat can lead the Maroon. It have to be real lions who come with real solutions, who go and sacrifice their pride and their egotistical belief and work together as a team.
Well said, Russ. I just did something a while ago. I just went in my history on my phone and I sent something to your phone.
Yes.
And I just want to bring this to light. I didn't have to do this, but I'm just going to show you something else. And I think it's more geared for that young lady who is known as Michelle, just to show her an idea of who I am and what I'm dealing with. I sent something to your phone. Look who it is from and look what it is being said to me. If you can take a look at it, I just sent it to you from my phone.
Yes.
And look at the date.
Yes.
You can read it aloud.
It says it's coming from Chief Curry, and I know when I watch Chief Curry, Colonel Curry, I can hear it trembling in his voice because he know that what he has put himself in is not what he wanted. And
but read for me what I sent to you. Yes, sir.
It says, "Greetings, my brother. I am so disappointed in what I have been hearing the past few days. Mark has been on probation for some time now, and this is Mark Myrie. And as we are well aware of his past indiscretions, we do believe people have the capacity to change given the right guidance and providing the right kind of environment. I take this opportunity on behalf of the Akongpong Maroons to sincerely apologize for the action of Mark. I will pursue this matter with the highest level of urgency and by all means necessary exhaust all method of facilitating restitution if you so desire. Maroons have always and will continue to be proud, honest, and hard-working people. When Richard Curry is...
One second. When you get a time to speak with Richard Curry, ask him why he's apologizing to me, ask him why he's apologizing to everything, and ask him why he's promising me restitution. I leave it at that. So to your dear friend Michelle, she needs to take her education in that too and ask Richard Curry, what does he mean by restitution with his friends for Mr. Reed? I'm going to leave it the way it is, and I'll give you a little idea about it. Find out from him how much thousands of US dollars they have channeled to him to do a marijuana program, and up to date, I've not seen a penny or dime given to me. So, ask him that question. You see, Rath, there's so much I can get into, I know. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense.
Just now, it was sent from Richard Curry. And Richard Curry, I know that you're listening me. I've called you on my phone. Listen to me, you see, ego and pride, it is something that several great Maroons have fall prey to. And we need to ratify that. We can do that.
You can't, Ross. You can't.
Oh,
you can't.
Oh,
you cannot, sir. You cannot. It all started, and I'm going to tell it was one of the most intelligent person here. He actually called me yesterday, and I want to say greetings to him. Ever heard of a singer named Mr. Vegas?
Yeah.
Yes, he invited me to be on his show yesterday, but unfortunately I was a little busy, so I did not get a chance to be on the show. He spotted this many, many months ago when Ross, you, me, and everyone else saw nothing. Very intelligent man. And I said to him yesterday, how did you figure this out? He said, Mr. Reed, one thing, follow the money. Follow the money. When that cryptocurrency came out called New Coin by Chief Curry, it was showing everybody in the world cryptocurrency is coming to a compound. New coin, the new CEO, a new Zion L. It was all over the world being advertised. But what they don't know, every cryptocurrency has to be backed by something. If it's gold, diamond, fiat cash, it has to be backed. Anu gave the valuation to the world. And the first person he introduced it to become a part of the administration was Richard Curry. And this is what I tell people. You cannot blame Richard Curry too much. He's not too bright. Don't blame him. Anu is the genius behind everything. He brought this ruby. And I have all the documentation here, Ross. If you want, I can send it all to you. Because I have spoken with the depository in Sarasota, and they said to me, Mr. Reed, it is fraudulent. The ruby is worth over $700 and something million. He brought that to their compound people. Chief Curry showed it to them. They think that they have something here worth $700 and something million. He promised Chief Curry half of it. Now, if Chief Curry was smart, he would say to himself, 700 and something million US dollars. Why is this man giving me half? Come on now, Ross. With that much money, you live like king. But no, greed sets in. You know what he made this man? He made this man what you call a plenipotentiary. Do you know what that is?
He has more power than Richard himself, I hear.
That is correct, because of the money. Plenipotentiary means you're king of the land. King of the land. You're not the chief, you're not the colonel, you're king of the land, ambassador of all the Maroon people. Go to the website, take a look at the administration. What do you see under Anu's name? Sheikh. Go to the website now. stateofacompong.org. Chief Corps Administration. He's in his turban. He's in his robe. It says Sheikh Anu. Go look. Don't take my word.
No,
look.
I was listening.
Yes, remember what I told you?
Yes, I
look at it.
What I told you?
Listen,
Okay.
Go look at it. Hold on, Ross.
Yes.
The question is, when since does a sheikh rule over maroons? And these are the questions people like Michelle is not asking.
No.
People like down there, they're not asking. But I keep quiet because there's a lot of ignorance here.
I was
Who
lost.
use Assalamu alaikum?
No, I was lost for that when I hear Richard have somebody in the background saying Assalamu alaikum, alaikum assalam. I was like, this does not. We don't have that in our culture.
But that's what I'm asking you, Russ. That is what I'm saying to you. People are very comfortable hearing that Maroons are kidnapping. It's like it's a joke. People are comfortable in about plenipotentiary. It's like a joke. People are hearing stuff like the Sheikh. It's like a joke. And I'm saying to myself here, even listening to the argument of even kidnapping someone as a Maroon, it's not even something you should entertain, much less trying to defend Richard Curry's action. And that is why I stay quiet. I don't get it. There's no logical sense to it the way some of us think.
There is no. When I look at the tape, and I said to our listeners, if we as Maroon have to be running to the oppressors, and we have to face the fact, if the Jamaica Corporation meant our people any good, we wouldn't have such a high murder rate going on. The Corporation of Jamaica is not here to solve crime; it's here to promote poverty. And we are here to eradicate poverty because we're not peasants. And the mere fact that we have Richard calling out individuals' names and putting it forth that these people are either traitors or something of the Maroons, I don't understand these primary approach.
But if you understand the predicament is in Ross, then it makes all logical sense.
Yeah, but
you see, what people don't understand is that the law of the land has always been the council of elders in every tribe throughout the world. Every tribe, the council of elders rules supreme. The chief is supposed to rule over the people. The chief doesn't rule over the land. The council of elders rule over both the people and the land. It's like in the United States. You can impeach the president, get rid of him, but you cannot impeach all the congressional members and get rid of them. Congress cannot be thrown out. The president can be thrown out. It's a difference. It's the same thing with the Maroons from day one. You can go ahead and depose the chief, but you cannot get rid of the council of elders. They're supposed to be the wise ones who make the decision to protect the people. Richard Curry knows that the council of elders, they have spoken. What did Mary DeRoe do? The last colonel, second to last colonel, Mary DeRoe. He was also impeached. You know what he did? He apologized and he walked away from office. If you haven't, it's like Donald Trump. Doesn't matter what he's going to do. Unless you love him and you want to hold on to him, then I can understand that. But if you're a conscientious, decent human being and you know something is wrong, for the love of God, the respect of the people, you resign, you go. But this young man here, he and his followers, they're not going anywhere. It's going to be a long war. Long drag out war. And here's a messed up thing about it. Talk to the United Nations. They have no money to give to the Maroons until Richard is gone. Speak to the embassies. They have nothing to contribute until Richard Curry is gone. Go talk to Andrew Holness, the Prime Minister of Jamaica. Talk to anyone. The Prime Minister said it too. He has no money to give to them. Other Maroon towns, they have been given money, but the Compound Maroons never gotten a nickel or dime. No organizations is going to give anything. No one is going to. Me personally, I have not $1 to give them until Richard Curry is gone. I'm just an individual. No corporation is going to give them any money. And if Richard Curry was a decent person, he would say, you know what? It's because of me why this is happening. Let me step down. But he's not going to step down. He and his followers, they're going to fight tooth and nail. For what?
Yes.
It's like in America, I hear the South say, oh, the South will rise again. Back to slavery. Rise where? We're going to rise to go. It's the same with Richard Curry. He's got a few followers who will jump in the grave with him. Doesn't matter what anyone say on the outside, they're going in the grave with Richard Curry. But it's not new. It's history. People have always been diehard followers, with some dictators from day one. It's nothing new.
We're coming to the climax of this presentation because we've been here over 3 I was waiting. I personally was waiting. I even called Richard Curry a while ago, and
He's not going to call you.
he's not going to pick up.
He's
He's
not going to
not
call
going to
you.
pick up. But
No, sir.
the mere fact that he will sit back and analyze every word that we say, and then go on Instagram and make
That is correct.
make a video to rebut and then label us as, because I someone said I think it's on this panel, Willie was saying that, or someone was saying after watching the tape, he thought that we would have been thrown under the bus. But Richard know better. Richard know that to pick a fight with his own people, it's detrimental to his
that is correct. That is correct.
His career. It's detrimental. You don't come and fight the people who put you in power. When I heard that Richard was running, I was backing Daniel Z. Basra, because Daniel Z. Basra is the one who put his neck on the line and cuss out the Prime Minister and let them know that they're a bunch of nasty individuals oppressing our people. So then when Richard Covey run now and he got the office, we still reached out to him and said, Richard, you are not our target. Our target is the bull, the oppressor who is sucking the very life of our people. And up to this very day, he keeps going around. And how can you govern if you don't interact with especially the people?
That is correct.
The people
that
who
is
have a
correct.
platform. Come on, man.
That is correct. But Ross, before I get off the air, I want to ask you something.
Yes.
When you think about the poor people, I've been to a compound a couple of times, and I've seen the poverty. I've seen the poorness. For the richest place in the world, I've seen the poverty. Richard has been in power now almost 2 years.
Yes.
And if I ask you this, because, from an economic point of view, that's one of my major in college, I'm going to ask you this. Apart from the 2 horses that Bojo gave him, and the 1 car that Bojo gave him, and the tractor that Bojo loaned him, the only 3 things he has ever gotten to do any form of development: the 2 horses, the 1 car, the tractor. And I may say this, Bojo has taken back the tractor. The car is crashed, written off. One of the horse fell over the cliff, broke his neck, bust his eye, he's dead. What development has Richard brought to his people in almost 2 years since he's been in office? Please tell me.
Richard has not gathered the collective force to unite our people, and that is what we have to do first. And as far as projects, I've spoken to members within Akongpong town, and he has great ambitions, but as far as putting
no, not the great ambitions, Ross, not the great ambitions.
Okay.
What has he brought economically to the people that has changed? 2 things he has done.
Yes.
He opened a GoFundMe account, and he opened me a change.org account.
Yes.
The GoFundMe account was run by Anu Zion L, the man with the $700 million ruby in his hand. He collected 20-something thousand Jamaican US dollars over a year and something.
27.
They took it out of there. $27,000. Yes, he took it out. No one is asking, where's the money? The man with the $700 million ruby. And I'll send you those documents too, Ross, with the 700 million. It's 64 pages with all the pictures, the ruby, the evaluation.
Yes.
I'll send it to you.
Yes.
Now, where's that money that came out of the GoFundMe account? No one is asking those questions. I want to
ask a question about Anu. Is there any truth that Anu had some either family connection to Carl Samuda, or what is the relation with Carl Samuda, the farm working?
His mom is actually an advisor to, I think, the former prime minister or the current prime minister, and I know she runs a real estate, very successful real estate entity, and Samuda is in real estate, and that's the link. A lot of people don't understand. When Anu invited me into the camp, the concept was to take maroon land, build villas and cottages and rent them out and make millions of dollars. You see, those are inside stuff which, I really don't want to say. And that's one of the reasons why I had to basically disassociate myself from them. A lot of people think Richard Curry is there and Anu is there to basically help the Maroons. Anu told me straight up that the Maroons are nothing but a bunch of ragtag, illiterate, and educated fools. Why would he want to do things? See my point? So when I tell you Anu is not a Maroon. He's a plenipotentiary, goes by ambassador, and he's a Muslim and he's a sheikh on the website. And not one Maroon has ever gotten up and said, why are we being represented by a sheikh or a sheikh? I don't get the concept. I don't get the... I asked the embassy from Saudi Arabia called me because I'm so deep into so many things, and they're asking me because they know I was involved with them since the FBI was doing the investigation. Who is this man who called himself a sheikh? I said, I don't know. You guys should know. And they're very interested in speaking with him because they don't know why he would be using the title as sheikh with it, among the Maroons. And the Maroons sit down and allow this to go on, and they're thinking that the Maroons must be a bunch of buffoons because the Saudi Arabian royalties has never given permission for any of their sheikh or sheik to go rule a compound. So we're just a bunch of idiots. And I disassociated myself, and I said to myself, until Richard Curry is gone and a new administration comes in, then I'll have no more involvement with the Maroons. So, to most of your listeners who are listening, they need to ask themselves the questions. Why is it there's a sheikh who represents and rules us over Chief Curry? And no one seems to be asking the question.
Michelle, can you answer that question, Michelle?
Listen, I wondered that and I asked it myself because when he first came, when what happened to Daniel and he came out and he spoke, I hear him say, Walaikum Assalam. And I was like, well, why is he saying that? Or a Maroon chief go like him is a Muslim. But my question that I've always asked was, if it's so and if he's so bad, why the Maroon community not uplift and say get him out?
That's what they're doing now. 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 That's exactly what they're doing now.
Another question that I was asking was, if Daniel was so into the community and all that, and the community was behind Daniel, why is it that happened to Daniel? Because if you have a community where behind you and you are teaching community and stuff, no way that would have happened to you.
Yeah, but I can answer that one for you very easily. Please. I can answer that one for you very easily. I was kidnapped and there's nothing anyone could do. All I got were apologies. Mr. Reed, we're sorry. We're very sorry. We are so sorry. That is how I met Daniel. He's one of them who called me and said, Mr. Reed, do not take it personal. As Maroons, we're not all like that. That's how Daniel and I became friends. He called me. You could speak to Daniel. Ask him how many times he called Mr. Reed. He called me dozens of times. I never picked up the phone. The phone rang, it rang, and finally I got so annoyed I picked up the phone, and he says, listen, don't hang up. My name is Daniel Basra. I live in a compound, and I want to say to you, Mr. Reed, I've known about you. I've seen what you're doing. I want to express an apology on behalf of all my friends.
Hold on. Daniel took his phone. You see, I'm telling you, listen to me. His Excellency, happy belated, happy birthday. Me tell him I forgot to find a thing for deal with that issue. Daniel Z. Basra took his phone up and he called you, apologized on behalf of the residents in a compound town for what had happened to you and assure you that these principles are not something that we're cherishing.
And I was shocked when I heard him spoke, yes, because I'm saying, where did this decent, intelligent human being came from? I was shocked.
How did he know about what happened to you?
He lives in a compound.
The entire compound knew what happened to me.
Oh, the entire compound knew what happened.
Yes, I never turned up for the dinner. I put the dinner on with Miss Sanderson, and I never turned up for the dinner. So everyone started asking, okay, where is he? I never turned up for the dinner. I never went to the dinner. Never did. And I know he's telling everyone that I was at the dinner, and I'm telling you, I was not at the dinner. I was never at the dinner.
May I interject a little bit to show you how crazy Mr. Curry is. He put out picture to show that Mr. Reed was at the dinner, when the only picture he put up was picture of him coming from that sacred place. Why they didn't have any pictures of him having a meal, having a good time, and all
Who
of
is
this?
speaking?
Scottish
This
Maroon.
is High Chief and High Priest, Scottish Maroon, Andrew McGregor.
You're like an brother.
So
You're like an investigator. You're like an investigator. Thank you, sir.
I serve for the Jamaica Constabulary Force.
Okay, that's where it came from.
Right.
No one can show you a picture of me at the dinner. Me, the person who put the dinner on. No one can show you a cell phone picture. No one can show you just a snapshot of Mr. Reed sitting at the dinner. No one can show you that. But yet, Richard Curran, I know, is telling the world I was at the dinner. But yet, there's no picture of me at the dinner. None. But yet they have a recording of me at the Kinder Hut, which they will not release. They said they have a recording, but they will not release it to the FBI or the Jamaican Ministry of National Security. Whatever your name is, sir, well observed. I am glad you said that. There's no picture of me at the dinner. There's pictures of everyone, but none of me at the dinner. That's the greatest irony right there.
Well, look at the facts, people, because we're coming to the nitty-gritty of it. Willie is still on board our, Master of Arms. Ladies and gentlemen, we came here this morning after our desk received some very damning allegations and accusations and implementation. We know that the article of impeachment has been published. A Compound News has put it forth, and they have you can go over by there and put your comment and show your concern. A Compound Maroon Council of Elders that was disputed last night on the tape by Richard Curry, saying that there are no more than a bunch of people coming together to defame him and put down his credibility.
Wonder why.
Well, he said that his work as a youth is a threat to some of the elders. We are yet to speak to Farron Williams and a few other people, but our time has come to that climax. As I said, go on our website, the Freshradiovybz Facebook page, YouTube page, listen to fullness. Mr. Reed, you came out unprepared this morning, but you handle yourself quite well. And of course, Willie, Master of Arms, he throwing a couple punches. Reds over Canada, we were supposed to go on the cotton picking fields because I have a number for one of the planters over there to hear about some of the predicament. This farmer is saying that he has have a grand life in Canada and he has no regret. Michelle, again, we're not here to throw stone in the hog pen, but if we do throw a stone and a hog squeal out, it's not intentional. It's just that they get a rotted hit. And I think today we are showing that we do have a certain amount of diplomacy. We still have a hand stretched out to Richard Curry to come over and say his part within the council, not just by himself and a bunch of brothers. Him up and say, guys, we don't want to hear that. Scottish Maroon! Very in-depth investigation as far as your contribution every single time on our panel. We do appreciate your presence. But again, Mr. Reed, we do hope that we get some answers in the near future. And as you said, Richard Curry is not going to step down. So what will the council do if he refuses to move himself?
He's not going to remove himself. The council will remove him. And I don't want to jump the gun here, but the latest thing I heard was that the council is actually speaking with the higher ups, with the security. And the building, which is known as the Farron Williams Financial Building, that's another mess right there between Mr. Farron Williams and a gentleman by the name of Timothy McPherson. What a lot of people don't know is that the deal between Timothy McPherson and Mr. Farron Williams, even though it was advertised and groundbreaking was advertised, it's a private deal between Mr. McPherson and Farron Williams, and the building is on Mr. Farron Williams' land, family land for almost hundreds of years. Mr. Curry has taken over the building. He has taken over the building, kicked off the door, bust the lock, and took over the building. They have gone inside, set up their cameras and bed. I heard they're cooking inside and partying and having fun. So the new Council of Elders, Mr. Williams is going to lease the building to them, which I think he's in the motion of doing now. Now that the lease is given to the new Council of Elders, they're going to be moving into the building. So that's something the world is going to be bracing for, because Mr. Curry has to move out of the building for the new Council of Elders to move into the building. So once he's out of the building, he has nowhere to go. I guess he's just going to be on the road. So basically with that embarrassment right there, I don't know what he's going to to do. He doesn't have a home in a compound. He doesn't have a house there. He doesn't have anywhere to stay. So once he's out of Mr. Williams' building, which he has illegally taken over, I don't know where he's going to do or what he's going to do. So with that embarrassment there, I think he's just going to crawl out of a compound, to be honest with you. That's just what I'm seeing.
Well,
that's what I'm hearing, and that's what I'm seeing.
I am hoping that Mr. Corey come to his senses. Yo, brother Corey, come and talk to us, man. Michelle want to hear from you. Willie want to hear from you. Reds in particular want to hear your side. And Scottish Maroon will definitely give his professional critics to any things should arise. And Mr. Reed is a prominent guest on our station. We're not going anywhere. Don't consider us as an enemy, because righteousness exalted a nation where we are. The only agenda we have over here is the Maroon agenda. And I heard it out of your mouth that you recognize that a compound is not a Maroon place alone. We are all Maroons, and we want you to
that is correct.
Yeah, we need, if you're here to serve Richard Curry, come and serve. Don't come and try bother us up, because our sovereignty given to all of us. All of us are sovereign. None of us know over nobody. And that's why the
Yeah, but hear me now, my brethren.
Yes.
You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there's a principle in the Bible that says, he that is faithful in that which is least is faithful in that which is much. If you trust a man with nickel and him not prove himself enough, you can't say I trust him with more, brethren.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well said. Well said. Well said. Well said. Well said. Well said.
This is where I have to leave it, gentle people. Thank you so much for all of your time. And Grand Rising, we shall avail.
Thank you.
We shall avail.
Aliel. We shall avail. Yes, sir. That is what I'm talking about. I'm leaving it right here because I got to go get the little man. The panel is there. And once again, it is such a beautiful thing. We can have dialogue. You know, as Willie said, we're not going to rub butter upon post mouth. We are also letting everybody know that sometime the tree of liberty must be watered by the blood of tyrants. And if you're a tyrant among our people, we cannot tolerate that. We're dealing with equal rights and justice. Link us up, man. I love you, my brother. I love you, my sister. Most importantly, the Almighty God that created heaven and earth love even more. If you cannot be good, be careful. Jah guide.
Live my dream every day. Live my dream every day. Live my dream every day. From town to Mobile. Clean every day, I love one, but I got her left in my DNA. I know everybody can do what we do. Yo, fella, stack up the bank account and we never stop count and I live the same way. I know everybody can do what we do. Girl, them love me like food. Them a say me style smooth. Your baby mother know me road. Them boy they come for say April 4th. My team bulletproof. Eagle up on my passport, put it in a flight mode. Big time tight gold. Some like girl and never carry nose. For me clean skin girl never carry bruise. World wanna find out what antidote me and use. Watch, obsession, leave them in depression. Girl them all over me like them have man recession. Come out for real before me leave. But them a talk about them a just make the leave. You know see me come back fresh like maple leaf. Clean every day and have one, but I got her left in my DNA. I know everybody can do what we do. Stack up the bank account and we never stop count and I live the same way. I know everybody can do what we do. Can't reach from a level if you take a space shuttle.
All hail the International Grand Rising Show. Monday to Fridays, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
news, music, live interviews, covering the global issues of the Maroons. Promotional packages available now. Fresh Radio Vibes, broadcasting locally and internationally. Your number one online radio station. Streaming on Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, and Google. YouTube. Listen radio at its best. Call and join us now at 260-209-8730. And rise. Fresh Radio Vibes, the official radio station for the Maroon Nation. Drop us an email at godites@gmail.com. That is GADIETHZ@gmail.com. The International Grand Rising Show. We shall avail. We shall avail. We shall.
We don't know how to get you on rough, you know.